Hold on for a second, guys. I got this. Check out this. Check out one of my newer. This is gonna be one of my intro clips. Watch this. Hold on for a sec. I don't know why I don't have it loaded up, but let's hold on. Let me see if I can add this clip. I got it loaded up. It should load up. It's gonna be a quick tidbit here. Let me see how it goes. Oh, it's not. Oh, it don't show the sound. It don't have the sound. Oh, that's crazy. Let me see. I guess it took away the sound. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. Okay. What in the hell? Set intro video. Select. Oh, that's crazy. They don't got the sound for a brother. For reals? But anyways, yeah. That's crazy. They don't got the sound for me, man. Oh yeah, shout out to South Holland. He said I finally got a notification on this video. By the way, I'm gonna have to be careful with some of these videos today, especially scrolling through Twitter. Because anybody that knows, if you were scrolling through Twitter, you saw the the explicit videos or the explicit photos of the Gucci dude situation. So I got to be careful here how I'm scrolling before I accidentally get my channel banned. Oh my goodness, man. I gotta be very careful, man. I gotta be very careful. By the way, if you guys don't get the chance, hold on. While we on this topic, anybody that follows basketball, you need to follow my guy, Ticket TV. I love this guy. I've been subscribed to this man since 2012, if I'm not mistaken. 2012 or 2013. Yeah, man. If you guys get the chance, please subscribe to Ticket TV. I love this guy. I love this guy. Man, this dude is not only is he very informative because it's primarily a basketball channel. Um, but he does cover other sports from time to time. But it's a primarily basketball channel, and he'll cover some other news from time to time. Um, but yeah, man, Ticket TV. That's my guy right here. I was thinking of Ticket TV the other day. I was thinking of Ticket TV the other day because I had saw. Let me bring this up. These hoe ass. Oh, hold on. How many minutes am I in? I'm in 4. Yeah, I'm 4 minutes in. These hoe ass ninjas. I might have to forget the algorithm for a second, but these cake ninjas, Abba and Preach. When that Young Philly news got released, all these, not just Abba and Preach, these male content creators covering the story without letting the facts come out. I am getting tired of these dudes. I'm sorry, because we gotta have to start holding men accountable. Because what happens is when men get in trouble like this. Because when I saw the Young Philly news, I was like, so he got charged for what? And I was like, and then I saw in Australia, I'm like, oh, wait, this might be a nothing burger. But I said, this is what because before I even cover stories like that, I said, let's let the facts, we gotta let things breathe first before we come to conclusions. But these hoe ass ninjas, I've been preach. I remember they had dropped the story. They had covered it like he was guilty. Now, I just saw some clips on Twitter. No, sorry, on Instagram, where you had black women coming to the defense of Young Philly saying this is what this bitch be doing. She be lying. Incredible. Incredible. Because I said, give it a week before I even say anything on that story. I said, let me give it a week. Let me give it a week. Because all these whole ass ninjas on Twitter or these 304s on Twitter. Oh yeah, he's always been creepy. I'm like, what if all of this is false? I'm literally because I was like looking for the full story on the internet and I couldn't find it. I'm like, why can't nobody give me the full full story? Then I find the full story and they're talking about sex basically. So I'm like, wait, so are they accusing him of having sex with a broad? What's the charges? And then they're like, strangulation and of. I'm like, oh, so they, she got choked during sex. Why don't you just say she got choked during sex? Because the reason why they don't say that is because a lot of girls like getting choked during sex. So I was like, what? So I'm like, what's the chart? I'm like, so he's being held over that? What's going on? But specifically, I'm a target Abin preach. I'm tired of holding back. Specifically on Abba, these are some cake ass niggas, man. I don't give a fuck. Who get mad at that? These are some cake ass niggas, man. The way they covered that story, that's what made me be like, yo, let me wait till the facts come out first. Let me wait till the facts come out. A lot of cake ass niggas out here, man. Let me keep it a buck. There's a lot of cake ass niggas out here. But anyway, anyway, tell me how. Tell Chris. Tell him how you really feel. A lot of cake ass niggas out here, man. Educated Tyrone, what's up, bro? He said when my ex cheated on. Whoa. He said when my ex cheated on her BF with me, she told him she was chilling with the best. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, because I don't want to really go in on the Gucci third leg guy situation. That's just I don't want to get way into that. Yeah, I want to really focus on that male bestie thing because that's another thing that I wanted to get into. Pyro had sent me a video which triggered me. it absolutely triggered the mess out of me because I came to a realization that men have given women way too much game, and in terms of giving them way too much advice on what they think men are. So men will hang out with certain women, and to overcompensate, they will throw men under the bus just to cover for the fact that they're attracted to the broad. So yeah, Pyro sent me a specific video that I want to go over, and it's gonna explain my anger. But yeah, I've been preach. I left a comment on there. I left a Karen letter type comment on their channel. I said, y'all some cake ass ninjas, especially Abba. I don't give a fuck who get mad. I almost put on my mama in them. I almost put on my mama. These are some cake ass niggas. So that's why I was thinking of Ticket TV, because I don't know if you remember. I think something happened where Kyrie Irving had returned back from his suspension, and all these people were talking so much mess about Kyrie Irving, and then Kyrie came back and dropped like a 40 piece or a 50 piece on his return because people were acting like Kyrie was washed at the time. I think he was at the Nets during the time, and when Kyrie had that great performance, Ticket TV came on the live. He had me crying, laughing. He said, "All of y'all some cake ass niggas. All of y'all some bitch ass niggas." Yo, why ain't nobody liking my damn video? Yo, Ticket TV had me crying, yo. I was sitting there. I tried so hard not to laugh, but I was at work, dude. I had to take a bathroom break and just sit there, just laugh in the bathroom because Ticket TV had me laughing. He said, "Oh, y'all thought he was finished. all of y'all some cake ass niggas. He was saying it in such a like a whisper voice. I was laughing, man. Oh man. Oh, and I still got by the way, let me see. So, oh yeah, I got another thing too. I added some sound effects. I hope these work. I did added this sound effect. Yalla, ya shabab, all together, ya shabab. Yalla, ya shabab, everybody, ya shabab. Yeah, so like anytime if I see Small Hat, I'm gonna be playing that. I'm gonna be playing that. This is from a Israeli disco song from the 70s and 80s. Yes, I'm a little bit I'm a bit of a music nerd sometimes. Yalla, ya shabab, all together, ya shabab. Yalla, ya shabab, everybody, ya shabab. So yeah, anytime I see one of them people, yeah. Oh man, Truth Hunter says you got to be more careful than a cat roaming around in Springfield, Ohio, while scrolling. Oh yeah, by the way, because look, man, I don't want the Haitians to get triggered, but Haitians, we have to be we can't be hypocrites now because we done made fun of the Chinese for eating cats and dogs, and we make all these jokes about that. I'm like, if y'all can't handle like a week of jokes about that, I mean, yo, man, I had to calm my people down. I was like, well, I'm like, weren't you guys just the other day? Like, I remember I took a trip to Haiti and I saw some they had a Chinese store, and one of the guys, it was like it was a Haitian family, right? And it was a kid. He wanted in because here's the thing, in Haiti you have dogs that just roam. They don't keep dogs as pets really in Haiti. You just have like just street dogs. They just roam. They don't really bother anybody. They just roam, and they're like skinny, malnourished, and all that. So I saw one of the little kids. He was like, "Dad, can we keep it?" But he said it in Creole. And you know what the dad said? He said, "Yeah, I'll let the Chinese people across the street watch the dog for you." This was in 2017, right? So, like I said, if like I hope Haitians don't get too sensitive about that, because I've been seeing them on Twitter. I was like, guys, I'm like, you guys are probably the same people making jokes about the Chinese and eating their dogs. We've been doing that for decades. Let me see. Oh, Neo Arts. I don't know who this is. Shout out to you, Neo Arts. Oh, he said this is V. What's up, V? I sent him some interesting videos via IG recently. Yeah. So speaking of which, I've been getting doxxed more lately. So um there were people that well, okay. What had happened was, what had happened was, there were people that knew me in my personal life that liked my channel at first, but then I start speaking on the people that they liked, and they don't like my channel no more. And so now they've been telling other people about how they don't say how bad my channel is, but they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Chris has a YouTube channel," and they'll just put it out there, and then people start doing it's that passive aggressive stuff. So they do their research and like, "Oh man, this is." Just when I was just talking to Undead Chronic about this stuff, man, that's crazy. By the way, I feel bad for from Grey Ghost talking about the mafia was visiting his peoples over this stuff. This is crazy. What? Grey Ghost, I feel bad for you, bro. By the way, I just want people to know too, the mafia isn't really all Italian. A lot of these there's a lot of small hats, you know, in the mafia. They won't admit it because they always want to say, "Oh no, we're pure blood Italians." But there's a lot of small hats in that mafia within the Italian mafia, right? Oh man, yeah. Shout out to you, South Holland, man. Good morning, man. Yeah, I just came back from I did a um some pickup soccer. Just good for my mental health. But anyways, let's open up IG. Let's open up IG. Let's get a video. Let's get a video cracking off rip. Off rip. Let's get a video. Let me get a video cracking off rip. Let's see what we got on the lineup. See what we got on the lineup, man. What we got to see right here. Oh yeah. Did I do this one? Okay, so let's do this one because I know I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this video that I did already. This is from the Whatever podcast. I know people saw this video already, but I just want to just go over it real quick. Did I do a live? Did I do this on the live stream? I think I already did it. Now let me not do this because I already let me not do that one. Let's start off with a funny one. Let's start off. So you know how I kept saying therapy is a scam. So here you got this is in I don't know, this clearly is probably from an elementary school, right? And you have this woman here. She's going to record her students, right? And they're going to say what I've been saying. But it's funny when little kids say it, but the thing is with little kids, they're gonna look at the situation and call it like they see it. They're just gonna call it like they see it. I kept saying, like therapy it's just a scam. It's not when you're in a profession like that where it's like 75, what's it like 75, sorry, 70+% of that demographic is woman. And it's like, isn't it like the percentages is like 65% Caucasian women or something like that, something crazy like that. So it's like of that percentage is like 60% Caucasian women, the rest uh black women, and then just like very few male therapists. But anyways, this is a funny one where a kid is going to describe therapy to this adult. And she goes, I must say his definition was pretty accurate. This is from the teacher, mind you, the adult teacher. Here we go. Therapy.
Yeah, you do. I need therapy is crazy.
Do you even know what therapy
He don't. What is therapy?
I think it's when you get treated by somebody you barely even know.
Treated for what?
You tell them your problems, they're trying to figure it out, but when you do the stuff they told you and you not work.
Therapy does work.
No, it doesn't.
And you gotta find the right person. Who told you that? Who broke that down for you?
My little niece who go to therapy. I need therapy.
Now watch this. Watch the comment section right here. Here you have this broad right here. She goes, as a therapist, he's kind of right. Now, when I say it, I'm a misogynist. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to be a real man and all this. Now he says it in a funny way, a little kid. That's what it took for you, a kid, to just make it funny for you to realize that your whole profession ain't. Hey yo, man, people get mad when I also say this because when it comes to social workers, um, teachers, I be saying teachers are overpaid. People be like, "Yo, teachers, oh man, teachers don't get no money. They overpaid. They people gonna get shocked in the future. Teachers are gonna get replaced by AI. People be like, how is that even possible? Teachers are gonna get replaced by AI, guys. There's a lot of professions gonna be replaced by AI in the near future. Like I already saw something like I saw they held a church service in Europe. I forgot what country in Europe it was, but they held a church service and it was AI. I'm talking about the parishioners, the churchgoers, they were in the church, but it was an AI preacher. And they just sitting there just like, yeah, it's a good message. I'm like, bruh. So I'm like, if AI gonna replace preachers, you think teachers ain't next? But yeah, I always say this. I always, people, social workers and teachers be like, "Yo, we're underpaid." I was like, any profession when it's just like full of just primarily women, in that, and when they're making certain decisions, I always say this: you need to actually make the pay substantially higher, or just not, or just not pay them at all. It's just because if you really believe teachers and social workers are important, you need to have it where men are the primary base of that workforce. And then on top of that, you need to make sure they're getting paid way much more. But since you're going to keep the pay where it is, it's so we already know what the deal is. That means it's really not that important of a profession. Like, oh, shout out to Truth Hunter. He said teachers haven't been teachers for ages. They have been activists. Especially especially today. The teachers aren't really teachers. Like, not today. Not in this day and age. They don't even do no teaching. Oh yeah, and Reaper, shout out to you. Because you were the first one brave enough to say that Abba he's a bitch. So now I've been brave enough to say that. After the young Philly situation and seeing how they covered the story, and for them to just jump to conclusions without letting the facts go, but they were just so quick to throw young Philly under the bus before all the facts came out. You know that now I'm talking about via woman on social media. They say they know. I'm talking about it's Australian women that know the 304 that put the charge on young Philly. They're saying that she's a stripper. They're saying she's a S worker, and her claims are false. This is coming from women from Australia that know actually. And I'm like, why can't we find out the woman's name? You got women outing the broad first. And now young Philly's career is damn near over. You have people making memes on Twitter, men, mind you, dudes making memes on Twitter over this nonsense. You got Abin preach these hoe ass niggas. I'm like, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed, man. Because I don't know why men are afraid to be like, let's wait this out. You don't even have to come to a conclusion. You just wait for the facts. First of all, I always say this when it comes to celebrities, whenever a grape charge, a SA charge is put on a celebrity, I always take it with a grain of salt. I always be like, let's wait that one out. Every time a celebrity, a sports star is involved, but what happens is, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck here. There are a lot of men who are jealous of the easy access to women the alleged easy access to women that male celebrities can get. And how just a male celebrity, they like, if you go into a club to try to pick up some girls and you think, oh, this is my night, I'm about to do something. If a male celebrity show up, it's that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? If an athlete shows up, that's not gonna happen. So anytime, I believe this, I believe so what happens is, anytime a male athlete gets in trouble, specifically with women, men will jump on the story, but it's not for justice purposes or trying to be fair. They're just jealous. They're just jealous. So all the hate, like all the haters of young Fily, I think his name is, because I've seen him in clips. I don't really follow his channel. I didn't even know he was a rapper. I just thought he was a streamer. So I found out he was a I just found out that he rapped. But I knew him as a streamer, and him with the I've seen him in with videos with Chunky, whatever, the fat dude from Britain, and people adding him like, yo, you gotta say something, ain't this your man's? And I'm like, let's wait for the facts to come out. But I always say this, it doesn't help when you have hoe ass niggas like Abba and Preach trying to jump the gun on the story, like really making young Philly look like some kind of predator, like people making compilations of him being quote unquote weird with girls. And I was like, guys, I'm like, first of all, I don't even see nothing in these videos. Second of all, we don't know what happened. But like I said, people are afraid to be like, let's wait this out, because most men are simps. Most men are simps. Like I'm telling you, I'll just be I'll be laughing because it'll be I remember these young dudes I did a gig with a couple of months ago, talking about what R. Kelly did or did not do. I said, how old are y'all? They're like, oh, I'm 19. And I'm like, y'all don't know. I say, you guys don't really know what it is, man. Y'all don't know what it is, man. But I was respectful about it. I said there's more to that story than it is. But most men, like particularly like women, will say, like, that's the thing too, when you have female friends and stuff like this happens, men are afraid to be like, oh, this bitch lying, because the female friend will be in the vicinity, right? You know, stuff like that. So they won't say the truth. That's just what men be doing. But that was very disappointing. That was very disappointing. Oh, let me hit this video up. I didn't finish this video, but I just saw it. Let me bring this video up. Right here. I just saw this video. I might have to do a video on this, like an actual video.
What kind of world?
Hold on for a second. Why did they have to add the music on there, man? Why they had to add the music? Fair use, by the way. Fair use. Fair use. Let's up the speed on this just in case. I don't know why they always got to add music.
What kind of world do we live in, where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date? Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done. I'm done. What kind of world do we live in?
I'm going to replay it one more time. I got to send this text to a family member real quick. But let me replay this real quick.
What kind of world do we live in, where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date? Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done. I'm done.
First, hold on for a sec. I don't know how old this broad is. Do I have I guess they're not going to show her actual TikTok if she has one. But let's is it or nah, that's not her page. But anyways. let's 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 go back to her. Anytime I hear Caucasian women complain about dating, I laugh. I'm not, I don't mean to bring up race on that end, but when if you are a young Caucasian woman and you're talking about, oh, I have problems dating and all this stuff, I'm not really trying to hear that. Because all you really have to, like, the bar is so low right now. So like the bar is super low. Like all you have to do is like not be fat. It's not even you have to be skinny. You just don't have to be a rotund human being. And you just have to look, just make sure you don't have like cancer on your face, and then you should be all right. Like that's all you need, especially if you're a Caucasian woman. So it's clear whoever she's going for, the Chads or whatever, are not calling back. They're not answering back. The reason why I go hard on the conservatives is because what they like to do is they always be blaming porn. So I can tell she either tried to settle, or maybe the Chads didn't call back. But pornography is an easy scapegoat that she's probably been hearing on these spheres, these channels. So now she's starting to repeat that lie. At the end of the day, you can take the biggest RP guy or incel, whatever you want to say, MGTOW, maybe not MGTOW, but I'll say RP or incel, right? If you give them the opportunity, look, for one night, do you want pornography or do you want a girl? So they'll they'll most guys are gonna choose the girl for the night. Now, with that being said, I don't know where the miscommunication has happened, but it's up to the woman to keep the guy. It's not supposed to be up to the guy to keep the girl. It's supposed to be up to the girl to keep the guy. If you just go off the numbers in general, like if you take the black community for example, if you pair up every single black man with every single black woman, there will still be, if I'm not mistaken, like it's like 2 million or 3 million. Like you're still going to have 3 million or 4 million leftover black women that are without a partner. So now I'd even take into account if the men are gay. I didn't take into account if the man's has Down syndrome or something, right? I didn't take into account the handicapped dudes. I didn't take account the guys that don't meet her quote unquote requirements, height requirements, face requirements, all that. So when you see, especially like say if you see like black women complaining about there's no more faithful black men and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, if a black man has another woman, could he be really considered unfaithful? Really, because just off the pure numbers, it's almost unfair to tell that black man he can only be with one. And especially if it's a very highly sought over black man, where it's impossible. It's impossible. So that's not, to me, it's not really cheating. But in her case, this woman's case, um, she needs to get over it. she really needs to get over it, man. Shout out to Garrett right here. He says define define a regular guy. I forgot. I missed that. That's the so if you asked her what a regular guy is, she probably is going to describe somebody that probably doesn't even exist. She's still like, no, remember, in her mind, I keep telling you, in a regular broad's mind, these Hannah Baker type bitches, they think settling is okay. I'm not gonna go after the QB of the football team anymore. I'm gonna go after the lineman. I'm settling. I'm gonna go after the tight end, the fullback. That, in her mind, that's settling. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go for the star player on the basketball team. I'm gonna go for the I'm gonna go for the power forward. That's settling. That's regular, right? When you ask, like I said, there's different dichotomies of this, right? Or there's nuances to this. If you ask a hood chick, right, or a straggle, or a woman that likes to date hood chicks, I mean, that if you a woman that likes to date hood dudes, street ninjas. If you ask her what a regular dude is, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do a regular dude. They're gonna say a police officer, a guy in the military, or a firefighter, and they're gonna consider that, oh, that's a regular dude. And you're just like, that's not a regular profession. A lot of those guys are worse than street ninjas, believe it or not. So like, so shout out to Garrett for that comment. If you ask the average chick, okay, what do you consider a regular guy? I'm talking about, they're not gonna describe a regular guy. They're not. They an actual average regular guy is damn near invisible to them. Damn near invisible. You know what I mean? Like, that guy, like first of all, chicks, they don't want normal. They don't want normal. We already know that. V says it seems like she's ovulating, Chris. Not. And plus, men are not really trying to get leftovers anymore. So I got to do some background research on her to see. Are you a single mom? Are you 26 with a lot of college debt? Like, she looks like she's been through the ringer. You know what I mean? So I got to do. I don't know what her TikTok is, but I found this video funny. Also, oh yeah, the ovulating clip. I do got to cover that. I do got to cover that before I even go into the main stuff. I do got to cover that. I do got to cover that because they don't really cover that stuff in high school. They don't cover that. I don't know if they cover it in college, but in high school they need to really. I wish they really would go more into depth into that. Now, growing up, because I have a lot of, well, never mind. Let me leave that alone. But I've been educated, like, earlier on about, from other women, mind you, about the human body and how women do, when they're going through their periods, the cycles, and how, their menstrual cycles, all that, cramps, all that. Like, if a girl gives you just that look, you know what I mean? You already know, like, okay, that's she's going through her thing right now. You know. Let's see. She says, Truth Hunter says, I'm getting spider webbing vibes from her. Damn, I'm so far away from my stuff right now. Okay. I saw a comment from South Holland that I missed. My bad, man. Um, South Holland said five-a-side is fun when you have people not trying to slide tackle. Well, it went from five-a-side, and then some people came in later on. You know, but the thing is, it's hard to play. Sometimes it gets hard for me when I'm playing a lot of the times because um a lot of the times, when I'm the organ well, let me not put it out there. There's a lot of people that play where it's very frustrating when you're playing with certain people and they lose the ball with nobody on them. So what happens is they end up like leaving that person alone and then they just end up guarding you. Now, I'm used to that. Like I'm used to being like double, triple team. Like as soon as I put my the bottom of like my foot on the ball, I already know, because it takes them at least 3 or 4 touches from me for them to realize, oh, I'm not that bad. So, but the problem is when you're playing with certain people that can't really, I'm not saying not play, but it's like 50-50 if they're going to lose the ball. And I'm talking about they'll be by themselves. Like I'm talking about by themselves, you know. It could be a little bit frustrating, but it was fine. I'm used to that. I'm used to that. Anyways, let's go back on topic. Spider webbing. Let me see. So Truth Hunter is going to explain that in depth. He says spider web. She's a spider. She's making webs for simps, nice guys, catches them, sticks her fangs in them, drains their souls and wallets. Oh shoot. Well, that's very cold description, but that's what it is. But like I said, guys are not really falling for that anymore because later on in this stream, I'm gonna go into how men have given women too much game, so much so that women have kind of unlocked the hack with men, right? And I'm gonna go into that, but I'll say this: the way that women are, and now the information that we've been given out here through these spaces, I think men are starting to figure out this hack about women. Meaning this: men are starting to figure out that all this stuff, all these quote unquote hoops and hurdles that women be putting certain dudes through, I think men are starting to figure out that if a woman actually likes you, she's not going to put you through that. Like, especially now, especially like, say, if you're a person like me, right? I've experienced both ends on it where I've been with a girl that actually likes me. Very few is very few, very, very, very few times, meaning I could count it on one hand, right? But it's a difference when a woman like actually likes you for you, or between that and then like when a woman is making you go through hoops and hurdles. And a lot of guys are starting to figure out, look, if she's ish testing me, and if you're trying to holler at her at the club and she's letting her fat friend block you, guys are like, oh, you BSing me. It's not even the fridge's fault. Whoever the fridge is, the fat woman that's blocking her, because we already know if it's a guy that she really likes, she's not gonna let that fat woman get in the way with that. So guys are starting to figure out, look, if she likes me, she's not even gonna all these hoops and hurdles, me having to make this amount of money. Oh, like if the woman likes you, she'll pay for you. She'll like all this stuff about women. Oh, I don't want to pay for this. If she likes you, she'll actually pay for you. You know what I mean? So guys are starting to kind of figure that out. And now they're starting to deduce early. Oh, she's just using me for a retirement plan. Oh, she's just using me because she's quote unquote settling right now. And she sees me as marriage material. So I'm not even going to. So now that's what guys are starting to figure out. Yeah, shout out to Pyro here. But and Harambe says regular guy is a poor guy to them. Exactly. They don't. Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, she doesn't know how this works. By the way, man, I saw this funny R. Kelly clip that you got to see. You got to see this clip, man. I might add this into my like one of my intro videos. This is hilarious right here. This is hilarious. I found one of the funniest R. Kelly clips of all time, dog. This is crazy.
Feeling on your booty, that is all I want to do. Feeling on your booty, let me follow
Is I don't know which one is funnier. Is it this funnier than the one when he's like the passport song? Is this funnier than the passport song that he made on the spot? That's something I gotta find out. I don't know if this might be funnier than the passport song.
on your booty. Feeling on your booty, that is all I want to do. Feeling on your booty, let me follow on your booty. Feeling on your booty.
Oh man. That's wild. Oh, there's another part of it.
I want to do, I want to feeling on your booty. Let me follow you.
You can't make this shit up.
Follow you. Follow you. Feeling. I want to do, I
This joint is crazy. I gotta add that. I gotta add that to my thing. I gotta add that. That is hilarious. Right here, JTH Printed Design says, "Yep, do not pay for a woman unless she's a confirmed V card. If not, 50-50 is the most you should be offering. Women wanted to be treated as men so give it to them." Like, yeah, like even like recently, it didn't work out though. It didn't work out. I could tell what happened. Like I had a situation just this week, just this week. I was supposed to go out with this girl, but then she gave me the cold shoulder out of nowhere. So I already know what that means. Her quote unquote abusive ex came back, but we were supposed to hit a movie together the other day, and she like even off rip, she was just like, "Oh, you want to go this? Oh, I like your the profile, blah 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 blah. Oh, where do you want to sit?" So already off rip, she already covered the tickets, like off rip. So like I said, like if a girl likes you, she'll do like she'll even she'll go out her way. You know what I mean? But I already know what happened. Like I already know what happened. As soon as I gave her my number, I don't know if she was stepping out on her dude, but whoever her ex was came back. Because all of a sudden, I started getting these weird, like I started getting like weird texts. Like it went from Instagram to, "Oh, here's my number, whatever, blah blah blah. You from my I know which town you're from." Then it went from that to, "Oh, I text her first. She was like, hey, it's good." And then, about 2 or 3 texts a day. Next day, I try to confirm it I'm like, "You still down for Sunday? You still down?" Like, "You still down for it?" All of a sudden, I just get these like I get some of those. It's not even an answer. It's one of those texts like, "Oh yeah." Then all of a sudden, I start getting these texts. are you ghosting me? And I'm like, what are you talking about? But I already like it like the next text that she started giving me to be like, oh yeah, I can't do this no more because blah blah blah. I was like, oh, I already know what happened. Her ex came back in the picture. We already know. Somebody came back in the picture. That's I already know that because it went from like fully enthusiastic, wanted to see me, wanted to FaceTime, her being mad that I didn't that I fell asleep and stuff like that during when she wanted to FaceTime me, whatever. It went from like full enthusiasm to boom. You see, South Holland says, "No way that passport song on the spot highlights how much more talented he is than your average artist." Facts. That passport song that he did, that was off. You could tell that he was just like, yo, he said, my ex is tripping right now. Because I remember during that part of the song, he was just like, yo, me and my girl, we broke up. So you could tell he's like, hey man, give me something in B. Give me something in B. That's crazy. He came up with that joint on the spot. America. I gotta put that as a video. That was hilarious. They said that's the Passport Bro theme song. Oh man, shout out to let me see. Yeah, he said Chris, she found her Superman. Yeah. I believe her, whatever, because I don't ask about people's stuff and whatnot. Oh yeah, mind you, she was 19. So we are I already know that means she's messing because girls usually that young, they're not they're 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 not just seeing like just one guy. Or they're not just courting one guy. You know what I mean? So but it's all good though, because somebody else. Remember the girl that I talked about on one of my streams? The one that we were going in at each other on IG, and then she ended up finding out we live in the same state, and she popped up to one of my shows. She's gonna pop up again. She popping up again. So this week. So we shall see. Because I thought she was gonna ghost me the first time that the girl that I'm talking about that she was disagreeing with me and all this stuff about everything I was saying because she was talking crazy on the shade room and blah blah blah. She popped up on my one of my shows. She just popped up. She pulled up for real. I had to give her credit. And I was expecting to see like one of those girls that be lying, that be using photo filter and all this stuff. Nope, she was the real deal. She was exactly what she looked like on her picture. Let me see. Water God Zero says that story mirrors exactly what I went through with this one girl. Yeah, it's just you could tell. I could tell like whoever she was messing with before caught wind that she might be quote unquote single, or she probably did one of them things where one of those emotional when it's like when they go through one of those emotional breakup with their exes can always come back. Always come back. Especially if it's one of those emotional breakups that they have with their ex that he can always come back in the picture. Truth Hunter said maybe her ex got out of jail. One of my friends experienced that when he was younger. Yeah, that's possible. That's very possible. I'm not even going to tell you what city she's from. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not even going to tell you the race. I'm not even going to tell you the race. But I'll say this: this chick that's going to meet up with me this week. It's weird though, because it's like after that didn't work out, all of a sudden this girl just texts me out of the blue like, "Hey," I was just like, "Oh wow, nice to hear your voice." And I was like, "Yo, actually, you was cute last time I saw you, blah blah blah. But yeah, oh yeah, that girl that I mentioned, I can only tell you her age. I'm not even gonna tell you what city, because if I'm not even gonna tell you what city or race. I'm not even gonna tell you what city or race. But yeah, even people don't even understand. People think, oh yeah, I'm gonna just get an 18, 19, 20, 21 year old. And yeah, usually I primarily date in that age range. Girl that I'm gonna meet up with this week, she's 23, right? But I met her when she was 21. But here's the thing: when you're dating women around that age range, their life experience is still that double or triple of the average dude. So a lot of young women like that, you think, oh, because she's younger, she's less experienced. No, that is not true. Trust me, that is not true. Like I'm telling you guys from experience, because I primarily date. I always say I do this to piss women off when I say this. I always say I date legal. I say I date legal to my age. So I'm 26, right? So I say legal to my age. You say, what do you mean legal? I say legal to my age. Because people don't understand, like certain states it's like certain states is 16. But I always say I only date 18 through 23. I don't, because I know some dudes, they really take advantage and they be like, nah, she gotta be younger than that. I think that's wild. Me personally, I think 16 is too young. 18 is enough. 18 is enough. 16 is too young for me. But yeah, I usually do 18 through 23. Basically anybody that's any woman that's in college, right? But people like because I think there's a lot of dudes that think, oh, I'm gonna just date younger and she'll be less experienced or she'll have less baggage, quote unquote. That's not. I'm telling you guys, that is not true, especially in today's age. JTH Printed Design said if she's alpha widow, she as good as done. If that guy ever comes back, she's gone in a millisecond. Yeah. And oh, I don't think I blocked her yet. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm quick to hit the block button if things start being, if you start saying sketchy stuff to me, but meaning like if you start being sketchy on me, I am quick to hit the block button. Okay. But yeah, it is very possible like a girl could get alpha widowed at like 17, 16, because really a lot of women start really young, and it's at ages that even like people wouldn't even believe the ages. Like I remember I was supposed to have a girl come on the show, and I told her you could disguise yourself. I'm not gonna put your information. I said I want you to tell your story. I want you to tell me what you told me in the DMs. Tell me exactly what you said in the DMs. This other girl that I'm talking about right now. This girl, she said I knew by the age of 13 that I can only date older dudes. Now, for her to come up with that conclusion at age 13, that means she's already been in the streets longer than that. So women only come up with that conclusion once they hit like 18 or 19. Like yeah, like once they hit college, that's when they come to that epiphany. Like, or once they hit 16 or 17, they come to that epiphany. A lot of women find that epiphany at 14, 15, but most of them find it at like 15, 16 years old. For her to say that at 13, I was like, yo. So I'm like, yo, so how? I'm like, so wait, you said you got pregnant at 14, 15 years old, and you saying your current baby father for that child is like 30 years old now. So how old was he when he met you? So when you were like 13, what was he, like 26? It's like, oh my God. That's wild. By the way, I don't know if there's any dudes listening. If you over like homie, if you over 18 and you going after 13, 12-year-olds, y'all, you wilding. You wild. You wild. You can't even be mad if she flips on you later on in life because I'm like, nah, don't do that. Ninja, bruh. Water God Zero says that is true because the same dude that I thought she wasn't messing with anymore, she was still messing with. Yeah. They'll always say, oh, he's in the past. The man that she tells you not to worry about is the man that you supposed to worry about. But yeah, it's very possible the girl that I was about to see that even at 18 or 19, she can you can be out she can be alpha widow, and the guy will be like the guy will be a criminal too. It won't be like a regular dude. It'll be like a criminal. That's the people think it's like an ath. They always think it's an athlete. No, people don't understand how this works. I always say the criminals, the drug dealers, the scammers, they get first dibs. Even if your girl is from the suburbs, they get the scammers, the drug dealers, they get first dibs. I went to school in the suburbs. I knew plenty of girls that was still messing with sketchy characters of all races, mind you, of all races of dudes. Italian, Albanian, right? I knew one chick in high school. She was messing with a drug dealer. But that dude was like sketch. He was super sketch. But it'd be fun. I just find it fun because they always talk about like predators and how men need to stop being predators, but they'll be sleeping with drug dealers and drug dealers be messing with underage women all the time. But they be in love with these dudes. That's one of the biggest ironies to me. Pyro said, "I'm joking about what? Oh, the Superman." JTH printed designs. He says if a woman wants to be a skeezer, she'll start at 13, 14 and will have more experience by 18 than even a top 10% man will have in his entire life. This is facts. I talk about this on my channel all the time. And really, 13, 14, yeah, that's the average age, right? But especially if you're dealing with Black Latino women, if you're dealing with Black women or Latino women, it's the ages are younger than 13 and 14, unfortunately. And mind you, it's never a dude their age at that young. It's never a dude their age. It's the guy is always going to be minimum 4 years older than her. So if the girl is 13, don't be surprised if the girl that at 13 lost her V card, if the guy was already a sophomore in high school while she's like in 7th grade. That's common as hell. That's just super common. South Holland says every woman is or has talked to a predator and has known it. I have zero doubts about this. Facts. They don't. Yeah. Yeah. So let's. Oh man, let's. Could I bring it here? Because I don't want to actually bring up worldstarhiphop.com. That is a cesspool of a site. I used to be on that site when I was like in high school, like a freshman in high school, but I don't do that stuff no more. I don't do that stuff no more, man. I don't do that stuff no more. So right here, this is the news that kind of made everybody like it took over the news cycle. And I want to quickly cover it before I get into the main topic. I know I put that as the first title, but I just want to quickly go over this. So there is a man called Gucci Third Leg, right? This is a male OnlyFans content creator, right? He's known for basically going on a damn world tour of collaborating, quote unquote, with other female OnlyFans stars and female adult stars, right? So he does videos with them, but apparently he's had herpes for the longest, apparently since 2021. And this specific OnlyFans girl who is 19 years old, interesting, right? Now she's crying because she's been holding it back, that she found out in March that she caught HSV2 from Gucci third leg, right? So this is going to be a video of her crying and her talking about how she got it and how she doesn't think the other people that she's collaborated with don't have it. Now the dangers of this is this: Danae, what's her name? Danae Davis, right? She's collaborated, quote unquote, with a lot of famous Twitch streamers like Aiden Ross, what's it, Deshae Frost, one, but like she's collaborated with like and slept with, let's keep it a buck, with many famous Twitch, users, right? YouTubers, whatever, streamers. So everybody's going through all her list of the dudes that she's been messing with this year, and people are like, yo, you got to get tested. People was on Aiden Ross stream like, yo, you got to get tested ASAP. Deshae Frost, he's in denial. He's in pure denial because he's just saying, look, he didn't even say I'm gonna get tested. He's just saying, nah. When she said that she didn't have it, I don't have it, but he doesn't want to get tested. So he's just in pure denial. But anyways, let's hear her out.
I was gonna say, yes, he gave it to me. It's devastating to have to come on here and share that whenever I was 19 years old, Gucci third leg burned me with HSV2. And he told me that he was going to send me his test results, and he never did. And it saddens me to hear that he's done this to so many girls. And there's girls with so many similar stories to me, and they're so young as well. He is preying on the young. He is preying on the new. And I'm so sorry for not saying this 7 months ago. I was scared, and I was making so much money. I can't keep beating around the bush because you guys think I'm lying. And he can't ruin anybody else's life. I didn't know what he was known for. I didn't know who he was. I didn't do my research, and it is my fault.
Yeah. Now, I can't show you the graphic details, but Danae Davis, she showed the evidence of her catching it on camera, and the video is crazy. First of all, she showed like the 3 seconds of her literally sucking the guy's salami, right? Gucci third leg. But you could see he has a open sore on that's the crazy part. I can't show you that because that's obviously I can't show you that on my YouTube channel. But the video, like the clip, is like a 3 or 5 second clip. The clip shows her still sucking, like she could see the open sore on his shaft. It's like it's right there. It's a bruh. And her excuse was, oh, he told me that it was it was a shaving accident. I was like, are you serious? And first of all, how can somebody fake a test result? This is the problem with these new OnlyFans models. They don't understand that you're corn stars. You need to get like tested for real. But we have a lot of women entering this sex work industry, and they don't and they're not sexually educated. They're not sexually educated. Is that the proper term? They're not sexually educated. They're not educated properly on sex, but they're S workers. It's crazy. It's like me being a musician, but like not knowing what a chord is, or like me not knowing what keyword. That's unfair to say. That's like me being a musician and like me not knowing that like I have to that's like me not knowing like how to do sound and stuff like that, not knowing how my equipment actually works. You know what I mean when I say that? Like if I'm a musician and I'm a guitar, I'm a guitarist, but I don't know the difference of when to use my acoustic guitar via using my electric loud guitar and not bringing a guitar pedal to help me out. That's kind of like the equivalent of that, right? So you have these quote unquote S workers, but they're not even educated on the basics. And if I have to tell you, you probably shouldn't be messing with a dude that has a open sore on his shaft and you're crying about it later on. And you're talking about, but even before that incident, she's saying, oh, he lied about his test, he he said that he was going to I'm hold on, let me replay that. Let me just make sure I get that part right. Let me make sure I get
I'm
that
just
part
gonna
right.
say, yes, he gave it to me. It's devastating to have to come on here and share that whenever I was 19 years old, Gucci third leg burned me with HSV2. And he told me that he was going to send me his test results, and he never did.
Bruh. So before you do the shoots with him, you're supposed to get the test results. This, bruh, these, bruh. We need pimps back. I'm sorry. We need pimps back. We need pimps back. We need pimps back. We need pimps back. That is like, even like, look, man, the S workers that I saw growing up would not allow this to happen. They would not have allowed this to happen to them like that. So I'm like, so that's how Gucci's been doing business. He's just been going around collaborating with these adult stars, these OnlyFans stars, and they weren't doing no tests. What, bruh? You guys heard what she said, right? And then not only that, so you do the scene before you get the tests. So okay, so even if he did give you the results, you still did the scene with him first. It's basically pointless for him to do a test afterwards if you're gonna do the scene with him. What are they doing? But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. This is the thing that a lot of women are gonna leave out. Because let me show you something right here. So they showed this is the list right here. They said this is the list of 50 women Gucci has filmed with just this year. Now, mind you, they said that he's had herpes since 2021. So that we're even disregarding all the other years before that. He's probably had it earlier than that. But these are the 50 women he's done scenes with this year alone. Danae Davis, right? Let me list off these names. I'm going to tell you the ones I know and who I don't know, right? Danae Davis, I know her now. Lisa Aris, I don't know who she is. Yanni Ma, I don't know who that is. Blanca Blue sounds familiar. I don't know who that is. Slutty Genesis sound familiar. I don't know who that is. Now, right here, Sexy Red. He's collab with Sexy Red. Now, this is where it gets back to Aiden Ross, because Aiden Ross not only has collab with Danae Davis, he's also collab with Sexy Red. And that's confirmed. I already did a story on that. That's actually confirmed. So now anybody that has messed with Sexy Red needs to get tested immediately. Right? So those are just the first 25. What they got the 50. So yeah, he's already collabed with 50 of these people so far this year. So now all these celebrities that quote unquote collaborated with these people on this list, They need to get tested. They need to get tested immediately. I don't understand how a guy like that can basically get away with not getting tested this whole time, and none of the women hold him accountable for the test result. Like, they were she asked him to get a STD test after the scene. And even during the scene, you could see, like, the videos on Twitter, you could see he has an open wound, bro. It's crazy. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. What the women are leaving out, and specifically Danae Davis, she liked him. Let's keep it a buck. She liked him, and she wanted to collaborate with him, and she was just praying and hoping that he wasn't dirty. And that's what women usually do with the guys that they are sexually attracted to. Like, if it was just a regular dude, or a dude that she really wasn't attracted to, if a guy was like outright paying her, she'd be like, no, you gotta use a condom, or you need to get tested. Oh man. So, Rocky with a harsh statement. He said all women like predators, or they did at one point. I will say this. I definitely agree with that second part, meaning, because women will swear they won't, they abhor predators, but they like to hang around where predators are. And on top of that, for you to say, when he said, or they did at one point, that is true. If you're a woman talking about, I hate predators, but you had a drug dealer boyfriend in your past, you dated a criminal, one of these guys, it's very likely that you were sleeping with a predator. Or if you messed with an older man when you were underage and you lied about your age. Oh man. Yeah, this is nasty business, Garrett. You're right. This is nasty business. Yeah, but these, like I said, South Holland, these new S workers, because you heard her age, right? She's 19. These new S workers, or these people on these lists, they don't know what they're really doing out here. Like, for him to go through all these, I'm like, so none of y'all held him accountable with a test? But let's keep all of these girls here, they're equally as responsible as Gucci, because they're, as a OnlyFans creator, because a lot of these people, I'm pretty sure they have their videos on, P-Hub, these adult sites, but the thing is, once they want to do their own independent, OnlyFans stuff, their stuff only for OnlyFans. But as a quote unquote sole proprietor of your business, right? You need to take care of your business. So they were probably so used to going to these studios that are owned by P-Hub, these, I don't want to say the names, Braz.com, reality, what.com, and all these ones, right? They're probably so used to the people that run those studios, like, okay, everybody got their test. All right, we got this test. Where's your test? Okay, you have no test. Okay, no shoot. You think a ninja like Gucci Third Leg? There's a reason why a guy like that was avoiding doing like studio work with, like, P-Hub and these spots, because he would have had to get tested. These quote unquote individual OnlyFans creators, because they want to get all their money and all their individual money, and they want to do stuff by themselves. Well, with that comes responsibility. You need to be getting regularly tested. But like I said, when it comes to women and the men that they like, or the men that they want to be around, they'll disregard, they'll throw everything to the wind. They'll throw everything to the wind. Because some of these women here that I see on this list, I know they're adult stars, like full out adult stars, meaning they didn't start on OnlyFans. Like, they they have scenes, right? So they should already know the drill, but they like I said, they allowed Gucci to get away with it because you're not supposed to be filming without getting tested, but and all that stuff about, oh, he faked the result. How is that even possible? You're supposed to come in, log on to your My Charts together, or they should know the official, websites and all this stuff that. But like it seems like with this, it seems like with this guy, it seems like they were doing more than just the adult scenes. I think they did more extracurricular activities outside the camera, like meaning, yeah, they did the shoots with him, but they did like more with this guy because clearly they like this guy. They like this guy. They won't admit it, but like I said, these new young S workers, they they grew up on Drake and these these song artists that where they still think that even though they're an S worker, they still think they can fall in love and catch feelings and stuff like that. But they yeah. But anyways, so what person I left off as Sexy Red. Oh no, let me finish off these comments because I left out a lot of comments. South Holland said, but I also doubt that she knows it was exactly that dude. How can she know who gave it to her? Rocky said, I'm petty like that. Young Doka, what's up, bro? World Smalls vibe. Yeah, when I saw that video, like that video, she really thought that crying after saying what she said. And if you guys want to, like, you guys can look on Twitter if you want to, because the clip is somebody has the clip. Somebody, oh well, yeah, I think the clip is actually on her Twitter. If you go on Danae Davis's Twitter, I'm pretty sure the clip is still up there, but I'm not gonna open up her Twitter. I'm not trying to get my YouTube taken down. But if you look at that clip, it's clear. Somebody even took a screenshot of the thing. It's clear as day. Like, and she continued to still. Yo, it's crazy. If, like I said, if a woman likes you enough, if she likes you, she'll give you a BJ, even though you have an open sore on there. Meanwhile, there's husbands. Never mind. Let me leave that alone. Lorette Hamilton, shout out to you, sister. She said she got caught up in the fantasy of the content. Exactly. Bingo. That's what I wanted to say right here. Like a lot of these S workers, and especially like but specifically these OnlyFans creators, they think that like they're better than like the porn stars. I'm sorry, the corn stars of old because they have their quote unquote own platform and their own content, yada yada. But with that comes the responsibility. But like I said, look, these new young S workers, they don't know how the game works. They clearly don't know how the game works. You don't ask for the test after the collect. What? But like I said, when it's with a guy that they like, they don't ask questions. When it's if a woman's with a guy that she really likes, she doesn't ask questions. For the most part, let's keep it a buck. He said, "Make pimping great again." Yeah, we need pimps because if she had like a manager, like notice all the people that he burned. Most of them were either mud sharks, Latinos, or black girls, Latinas or black girls. Because a lot of there was like very few like just plain Jane. Because there's a lot of white female OnlyFans creators that do corn, but a lot of those Caucasian girls that do OnlyFans that are successful at it, a lot of them they have managers. A lot of them, or their husbands will be their own managers, or their boyfriend will be the manager. They have a lot of them have managers, so he would have had to take a test, and it would be like, "Yo, where's your test at?" So, because if you look at the list, most of those are young girls. Outside of what Tiana Trump, I don't think Tiana's so. I don't know how old she is, but she's not like in her early 20s anymore. I don't think. But anyways, he said dude was probably racking up triple doubles during COVID. Yeah, according to him, there's a video of Gucci third leg, him saying that his body count is like over 3,000. I'm not making that up. Lorette Hamilton said Aiden busy with business ownership issues, including getting permission to sleep with Adam 22's wife. Yeah, I just saw that today. Yeah, exactly. Adam 22 definitely going to require a test pre-production. Yeah, facts. As crazy as Adam is, he's not. You think he's just letting any ninja do that? He's making sure these guys are getting tested. Yeah, exactly. So Rocky was the sole proprietor. That's what BWs and women mean when they say they're entrepreneurs. Exactly. If you see women on Twitter, specifically Straggles, talking about they're entrepreneurs, that means they're S workers or they do nails. Two things can be true. Gary Grant said, and this is just a micro level example of all the 304 sleeping with the same guys. Facts. Young Doka said, where's the women group chats that all the past girls use to warn the new girls about him like they do for the chads in the city? Yeah, that's only for like the finance bros. When it's with the guys that they really like, they throw that to the wind. That's for the finance bro brads that are like maybe not 6'4", but like 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2". Those guys. Like the average height guys, or like the above average height guys, the slightly above average height guys that are into finance, that have money. Though that's mostly what those groups are for. Garrett said, I just looked and I regret everything. Yeah, I told you. It's an open, and she still continued to do the business on him. I'm like, this has got to be the dumbest broad. One of the dumbest broads on earth. Homie, if I'm messing with a girl and if I feel anything strange, I'm out. Like, I'm talking about, like, I remember even I remember, oh well, actually let me not even let me not even say let me not even say that. But I remember messing with this one chick, and even as soon as she was just like, oh, this is like, if like me personally, if I see anything weird, I'm out. But I remember like with her afterwards, she was just like, oh shit, I gotta hit the bathroom, whatever. And then I was like, oh, okay, she's just gonna piss, blah blah blah. Then I told her like, oh yeah, can you throw out the condom, whatever? And when I took out the like, I don't want to be too graphic, but when I took out the condom, whatever, I saw some red, right? And I'm like, you bleeding? What's going on? I got scared at first, but people don't understand. Even with a condom, you could still catch that stuff. But it was a little bit of it. But I was that paranoid of that. I was that paranoid. I was like, yo, what's the? Like, no, that's nothing. She's like, that's nothing. But it was not. That was just me tripping out. But that's how like paranoid I'm in on it. And I'm not in. But like I said, I'm not even a S. But if you're gonna be a S worker, right? If you're gonna be doing shoots, you're gonna be doing adult scenes, adult films, especially if you're doing it on your own. Like, a girl like Danae Davis, she might not want to admit it, but she needs to be under like a Brazzers contract. Like with those people that do scenes for these specific sites, so they make sure that she's protected, because clearly she's out here being reckless. Because you know what? Because what happens is with these OnlyFans creators, they not only do they get to collab with the guys that they want to collab with, they also get to collab with these Twitch streamers, these YouTubers that are thirsty, right? And they're looking at all these opportunities, and they're like, "Oh, I'm winning out here." But the problem is with young, quote unquote, fugazi entrepreneurs like that, they negate the basics. With those young fugazi entrepreneur, not like a legit young entrepreneur that actually invented something or created a website, or young fugazi entrepreneurs like a Danae Davis, right? If you would call her an entrepreneur, women like that or men like that, they negate the basics. So yeah, you're having all these opportunities with these streamers, and you collaborated with the guys that you want to collaborate with, and you sleeping with the guys on camera that you want to sleep with on camera, and blah blah blah. If she was under a studio, under a contract, a guy like Gucci Third Leg would not have been able to prosper. Because they would have asked, okay, where's your test? Oh, I'm gonna give it to you later. No, bro, homie, where's your test? Okay, no shoot. Do we got a replacement? Oh, okay. Where's what's the guy? Where's Johnny Sins? Okay, you're gonna take you're gonna take Gucci Third Leg. Where's your test? Okay, Johnny Sins is a professional. He gives the person the test. All right, game on. She would have been protected. But young fugazi, quote unquote, entrepreneurs like that, they negate the basics. I'll be very shocked if she gets a collab. I'll be very please. I'm pretty those Twitch streamers, they're not gonna touch her with a 10-foot pole. Please. Absolutely not. Young Doka said, "You left her in charge of the condom. Rookie move, man. Lucky you ain't rich." Yeah. I was 19 at that time though. I was 19. I was young. That's my excuse. And even at that, like I said, I lost my virginity late in life. Like I lost it at 18. Most of the dudes I grew up with, they lost it at like 14, 15, 16. I lost my virginity late in life. I was 18. It didn't I had to go to college to get that off. So when I was in high school, I was getting nothing. I was getting nothing, bro. So everything I knew, I was still a novice on a lot of things. I know not to do that now, but and plus, oh yeah, also that night I was with a girl that I actually liked. Like it wasn't some girl that I quote unquote said it was I settled for. Like I was with a girl that I actually liked. I was like, oh, she's attractive. And she still have her number, but I haven't called her since. Because well, we never contacted each other really a whole lot via IG. Met the broad. Actually, let me not put that out there because she kind of went viral off that. Anyways, anyways, anyway, I don't want people to do their research, but it was a broad that I actually liked. So at that time, I'd even let me see. But yeah, that group chat thing, I already went over that. He said, Ara said, these are hard times. People got to get it how they live. It's the reality. South Holland says she really liked him, like wanted to be with him for real. Exactly. Yes. I've even saw like clips of them like together, like with Gucci Third Leg. Him, it was like her and another woman, not like in a scene, but just them just like walking out and about, like just hanging with each other. So clearly she liked him. Like she liked him. So the things when women actually like a dude for real, they throw caution to the wind. But as a quote unquote sole proprietor, by her definition, whatever, since she's quote unquote independent, she just messed up her old business. Because part of being an S worker is making sure you stay relatively clean, because that's the only way you make money. That's so, you know. Yep. Rocky says, imagine actually believing that you're supposed to court slash date, spend any money on these broads nowadays, when we now know they give it up to the men they want for free. And that's why men are not even quote unquote giving the effort, because they're like, why am I trying this hard when I know a guy that was living with his mom and probably has an air mattress was clapping these cheeks, clapping the cheeks viciously. And meanwhile, I gotta, I gotta pay an arm and a leg just for her to tap me on the head on the end of the night. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh man. Oh, Fugazi. That means just fake, just fake. That's what when I say Fugazi, that just be fake. Educated Tyrone said 18 isn't late. That's normal age. Yo, I'll say this. Do you remember? This is a different time. So, do you guys? I remember seeing a clip of Myron Gaines, right? And he kicked out this broad. And for some reason, as while she was getting kicked out, she asked him, "Wait, what age did you lose your virginity?" He said 18. She started laughing at him. So it just shows you there's like, if you're a dude and a woman finds out, anything over 16, they're gonna be like, oh, you're an incel, even if you lost it like at a relatively regular age. Because most women lose their virginity, I will say, especially nowadays. In my case, I kept hearing 13, but we'll make it fair. Most women between the ages of 14 and 16, most women have lost their virginity during that time. Between the ages of 14 and 16, right? Sorry, between the ages of 13 and 16, most women lose their virginity during that time, right? Let's see. Yeah. So when I say Fugazi, Rocky said, so educated Tyrone said 17 and 18 is about the average age people lose their V. No, that's probably the average age that a lot of men used to lose their V card. Women lose their V card earlier. They lie. So like, like even on the official stats, they still have it that like, oh, men have a higher body count on average than women, which is, we all know that's not true. But like I said, women don't count all their bodies, and they don't count like say if it was an unfortunate instance, right, where I remember somebody close to me told me that, oh, she was very honest with me. She was like, I actually lost my V card at 12 and it wasn't voluntary, right? So unfortunately that counts as well, you know what I mean? And she was laughing about it, but I actually felt bad for her at that time. But maybe she was laughing through the pain of it. But um, I would say most women, they're losing it at 14, dog. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Most women are losing it at 14 now. They won't count. A lot of women won't count it for many reasons. It could have been an unfortunate incident, meaning it could have been voluntary, involuntary. But a lot of times it's just regret with it, meaning they lost it with a guy that. Do you know the amount of women that I know that I'm noticing that they're losing their V cards to like guys that are pumping and dumping them. Like they're not losing their V cards to like their boyfriend, their high school boy. They're not. They're not losing their V cards to their high school boyfriend. They're losing like their V cards to like Chads or older dudes that are just pumping and dumping them. Why do you think women, like, you'll hear women talk about their experience and how like traumatic it was and blah blah blah? It's because they're losing their V cards to like back shots. Like they're losing their V card to like back shots. And the women older than them will tell them, "Oh, just go with this guy." And the guy is like a pure Chad or a pure jerk, and he's just pumping and dumping them and leaving them. Like they're losing their V card to like tattoo artists. You know what I mean when I say that? And like floating musicians and stuff like that. Like those are the people that they're losing their V cards to. Like guys that care nothing about them. I'm talking about guys like they try to stay the night with the guy to quote unquote savor the moment, but they couldn't. So in their mind, it doesn't count because it was such a traumatic, quote unquote, a traumatic um, experience, right? So when they say the average age is 17 to 18, that's false. For women, it's a lot younger. And it's unfortunate to say, but for women, it's a lot younger than it's a lot younger than 17, 18. Like you'll be pressed to find any woman over the age of 18 that still has their V card. That like you'll be well pressed. Like after the age of 18, please. That's that's rare. That's rare, right? Mm. Educated Tyrone said incels don't lose their V card at 18. Incels are virgins into their 20s at least. But I'll say this, particularly when it comes to Caucasian incels, I would just call those guys volcels, meaning they're voluntarily celibate. Like, if sex is what they're really looking for, they can get it. Especially if you're a Caucasian. If you're a Caucasian dude and you're still like at age 20 something, whatever, and you're still a virgin, that just means you refuse to date Asian and black women. that's just a guy. That means you're just a guy that's looking for love from a white woman, like from strictly a Caucasian woman, and you want that woman to like you for you. That is what a Caucasian incel is. So they're not really incels, they're really volcels. We should really rename it to volcels because they can get sex. It might not be with what they want, but they can get it. Or if push comes to shove, they could just go to Nevada. It's legal over there, and they could just pay for it. Or they could just go overseas and pay for it, right? Because overseas is not even is not there's not even a stigma behind pay for play. So that's really what a quote unquote incel is. They're not really. They're really voluntarily celibate because they can get the sex. They just want, particularly when you're talking about Caucasian incels, because they like to say, oh, these white incels are dangerous. No, they're looking for love. They're just looking for specifically a Caucasian woman to like them for them, right? Because really, if you think about it, most incels are really Asians. If you think about it, if you think about who's the least desired men in the dating market, it's usually men of Asian descent. Top two is always white and black. Third is Latino, And then like with like fifth, sixth, and whatever and other is Asians. So if you're like if you're a white incel, that's just a dude that refuses to sleep with Asian and black women. And that's a guy that's specifically looking for a Caucasian woman to actually like them, like really genuinely like them. You know what I mean? Yep. Facts. Because people think that incels are mostly like white dudes. No, it's really most incels. If you really looking at it statistics wise, if you do an accurate list, it's probably going to be mostly brown people if you really think about it. And I mean, like when I say brown people, that includes, we talk about Indians, even Asians, right? And even some black dudes, right? Let me see. Rocky says it seems like they claim 12 to 13. They lie and say that they were, I don't want to say the word, ested or graped, usually by an uncle. Now ask yourself this. Now, how many uncles do you have and how many were legit grapists? Those are the hard questions to ask because that is true. A lot of the women that like those. Now, I'll say this in my case, anecdotally, the woman that I knew in high school at the time, when they said that they lost their virginity, it was completely consensual. At the time, when I was in high school, the girls that I knew that said that they lost their V card at 14, 13 years old, it was completely consensual. So let me just put that out there. Now, Rocky is right on the premise that a lot of women that say they lost it young, they'll like, it's not like they'll lie about being quote unquote being SA'd. They will kind of imply it, meaning they will kind of imply that it wasn't really her decision, meaning she didn't fully know what she was doing, right? So if she was dating an older guy at the time, she's gonna act like, oh, I was groomed. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole other thing. South Holland said, had a girlfriend in high school, and a Pookie definitely took her V card right from under me at 14. Yeah, a lot of dudes, they'll tell you if that had a high school girlfriend. I knew a girl that I work with. I'm not gonna say what. I will just say that she went to my high school. I worked with her, right? And she had a boyfriend. They never, I'm telling you, they never even kissed. They never even kissed. But when she went into, so he didn't even come close, but they were boyfriend and girlfriend in high school. She stepped foot on college campus. By the end of her semester, the body count was up to like in her 20s. So, and I knew it was from secondhand knowledge, but from the source I got it from, I was like, she not lying. Young Doka says these days girls will break up with the boyfriend they had in 7th to 9th grade during before summer and lose their V card to a random upper class man that came back to that old long term BF in 10th grades. Seen it before 5 times. Yeah, that's very common. That's very common. They'll break up because the girl's about to go on vacation. The dad's about to take the family on vacation. They about to be away for 3-4 weeks, or she about to go to some kind of a camp. And I don't care if it's a Bible camp or any or not. She about to go away for the summer. She about to go somewhere, or somebody new moved in near where she at. All of a sudden, oh man, this is not working out with my high school boyfriend. Let me just go with this. Let me just be around this personal trainer that my mom's been working with for the past 2 years. Cold game. That's kind of how it goes. and the guy will be like older. Like he'll be older. He pressured me. But anyway, let's go back to that list. Let me go back to that list. Can't really scroll in. Sexy Red, Honey Tsunami, That's Nasty. Is that Miss B Nasty? I know who that is, but I don't know if I don't know. Honey Tsunami. Like some of these names are familiar, but I don't know who these people are. So that's how you can tell these are some like new young OnlyFans, creators, right? What's it? Yum, The Boss, Dream Runs, Reese's Pieces. Oh, bruh. I know Reese's Pieces. I know Willow Ryder. Dang, so but like Reese's Pieces and Willow Ryder, they're in the in the actual like adult film industry. Like they're like in the adult film industry. Like they didn't start with OnlyFans. They have OnlyFans now, but they didn't start with OnlyFans. Dang. So like I said, so it wasn't just the independent young female OnlyFans creators. Wow. Subgirl, Kayla Jade East. That sounds familiar. Yeah, some of these sound like familiar. I'm looking at these names. Lil Miss T. Who's that? Sounds familiar as hell. Is that my name is T or Lil Miss T? Let me see something. Hold on for a sec. Let me open up my Twitter. Lil Miss T. Oh yeah, she worked. Oh, I mean, she looked like she got herpes on her lips. I'm not even going. Oh yikes! Yikes! Like HSV1 is different, a little bit different from HSV2. Like the HSV2, that's that serious like genital herpes. When you talking about around the private parts area, that's that's that serious stuff. So HSV2, but if you can definitely catch it if you're doing oral on somebody with HSV2. Let me see. Taylor's Way, Mystical Menace, I Am Victoria, Saint Domingue Ghetto, Gem Jules. Yeah, oh no, okay, Lil Miss T. I don't. I think I know who Isabella is. I think I know who that is, but there's a ton, there's a ton of Isabella. There's a ton of Isabella. I don't know the last name. Famous Looks, Miss Kayla X. Yeah, a lot of these are new and young OnlyFans creators. Bianca Blue, I think I know who that is. Grace of Bella, Yana the Freak. I think I know who that is. I think. Dab of Kaya, Jennifer White. Oh, they didn't. Oh, so they didn't add Tiana Trump because somebody showed like, yeah, like Tiana Trump also quote unquote collaborated, uh, did scenes with him as well. But yeah, it seems like he he targeted basically all the new, young, and up and coming OnlyFans creators. He targeted basically all young OnlyFans models under the age of like 23. And he was like, "Hey, I'll give you my text my afterward, but you know you want this, right?" And he was able to get away with that for the longest. He basically targeted broads with no managers. Like I can already tell by like these names, he targeted like mud sharks, Latinas, and straggles. Those that's what he targeted, and white female OnlyFans creators that collaborate with black men. Those are the girls that he targeted. Okay, let me be careful how I scroll. Yeah, this tweet right here. Let me show you this tweet. This is crazy. He says somebody says she's dumb, no sympathy. She saw the sores and asked him what it was. He said it was from shaving. She then says, "Okay, I'll suck it, but you have to show me your test results afterwards to be sure." How dumb can you possibly? What can I do? What can like I said, people talk about you need to tell predators not to be predators. But can we tell bitches not to be dumb as well? I mean, damn. You see the open source and you first of all, for you to even do a shoot, you do it without the test results. You want the test results afterwards. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Let's move on. Because let's keep it a buck because the bras that are mad about this, they kind of had it coming. Oh man. You think I'm supposed to be tripping over a ninja not showing his test results? And they allowed him to get away with that. They did, not me. The ladies allowed him to get away with that because they should already know as a S worker or as a adult film producer, you're not supposed to be doing these things without getting tested. They should already know that, but wow. I should have been a pimp or some kind of manager of some of these broads because these hoes out here, they need a shepherd, yo. They need a shepherd. These hoes need shepherds, dog. Man, that's crazy. Because even I know that. Even I know that. First of all, there's plenty of women I know that. So, because it's not just her. All these broads that he did the shooting with, I'm like, so y'all let him do the shoots without him getting tested? Oh man. Anyways, let me bring this up because we got to talk about these quote unquote male besties, right? Let's finish it off with this video right here. So right here, she goes, point of view, your guy best friend just told you how guys think about girls. Now, it shows her crying and it's going to show a reaction from another girl right afterwards.
Peace for yourself. New boyfriend ain't gonna feel the void.
After he told me what I needed to hear, it was a no. I didn't look men in the eye for 3 months. Any crush I had dissolved. It did disappear. It dissolved. It's been like 3 years. I still haven't liked anybody after that.
Hope you find peace for yourself.
This is why I don't believe in this whole male besties things and these male friends, right? Got these whole ass niggas in my comment section. these bums, man, all up in my comment section. Meanwhile, behind everybody's back, throwing all men under the bus. Throwing all men under the bus. I'm gonna share you a personal story of mine. When I was in high school, I used to think men and women could be friends, right? And I understand what the problem is now. So when I was in high school, anytime a girl that I knew would start complaining about her boyfriend or her situationship, quote unquote, her side chick status, right? You know what I would do? And I swear to you on my life, I'm not lying about this. I would literally be like, well, that's your guy, you got to do what he says, that's your boyfriend. I used to look at it at a very practical view cuz I grew up looking at practical things were very like practical, you know what I mean? So, I would look at it practically. I'd be like, "Well, I know he cheated, but you still like him a lot, so you might as well just stick it out with him. You're not gonna find nobody else. You not Are you looking at somebody else at the time? What's going on? So you might as well stick it out with him. Because I used to be like, okay, I used to be like this because I used to be very like practical and all this stuff. I used to be like, well, it's dishonorable to dissuade a woman from her man and all this. I used to be like that. That's what I used to think I was being honorable by doing that. But the more that I would be like, yo, your boyfriend's not really the problem. I wouldn't say she was the problem. I would just say, well, that's your guy. You really shouldn't be talking crazy about your guy while he's not here. Cause I don't know him. That used to be my attitude. Now, what I noticed was not only would women stop talking about their boy problems with me, they would just stop talking to me in general. Because when it comes to women, all they do is talk about their boy problems when they're amongst who they deem as their friends. All they want to do is talk about their boy problems. Now, it's clear to me what's been happening in this game. It's clear to me that what's been happening is it seems like women are doing what they do. They date the Chads, get pumped up by the Chads, and then they come back to these so-called male besties crying in their arms. And what the male besties are doing is he's only sees you as an object. He only and this is how men think. Men only want one thing. I'll kill him for cheating on you. What do you want me to do, sis? And all this nonsense. I think that's what this is clear to me. That's what's been happening. Because now you got these broads coming out here talking about, oh yeah, when my male friend told me what this is what only men think. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Time out. That that whole thing about men only want one thing and all this stuff. That's a misnomer. Meaning this. People don't understand the difference between opportunity and what a man will actually do. So when it comes to purely just the act of sex, right? Men will screw anything, quote unquote, but they're acting like they're just looking. Most men are just looking at women as a bunch of holes and all this. Come on, stop. Like, oh, you don't see me as human. You just look at me as a hole in a wall. No, no, no. He'll stick a man will stick it out with you. It's just if you as the woman give him the opportunity sexually wise, meaning if you give the okay, most men are not going to turn it down no matter who you are. That's been the miscommunication. But as long as you as the woman say no, he can't do nothing about it. That's the thing. So that's always been the misnomer. And what's happening is a lot of these so-called male besties, they can't admit that they're attracted to their female friend, so they project a lot of their ideas onto most men by throwing most men under the bus by saying most of us are perverts, but really they're the ones that are the sickos for being around a woman that they're sexually attracted to the whole time and not saying anything and being a weirdo about it. But that's a whole other story for another day. These male besties, they're doing too much. They're the problem. I'll say they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. So right here, I want to find a comment by a woman, because a woman, I saw a woman that made a really good comment that I like, where she said, "Oh yeah, I used to think men really most men thought like this until I gained a different perspective." She like, if you're a man and you're telling your quote unquote female friend this kind of nonsense, where, oh yeah, we men only see women as holes, you're projecting. You're projecting. Because to keep it a buck, especially nowadays, yeah, a man will find a woman pretty, but he at most, and I'm not saying he wouldn't smash if given the opportunity, but for the most part, they're not really trying to stay around a lot of women for so long, because a lot of women are massive liabilities. So they're not even really trying to be around these broads that long. They're just enjoy how they look from afar, then they just move on with their life. And go on P Hub later on, and they'll be all right the next day. See if I missed anything. Said even Willow Ryder. Yeah, Willow Ryder's on that list. Yep, and she should know better because she's like in the industry. She's in the adult film industry, so she should already know about the test. But but like I said, it's clear that women like that guy, particularly the Straggles and the Latinas and the Mud Sharks. Let me see. Neo Art said, off topic, guys. What is this new craze about snus nicotine pouches Americans are so fond about? Well, I don't even know what that is. I'll tell you this. I know this thing. What they galaxy gas. That's a new thing that I had no idea. I'm like, where did this galaxy gas come from? And I just see all these ninjas. I'm like, when I first saw this galaxy gas thing, I'm like, are these ninjas sniffing concrete? What's going? Because it's in these bottles that are like what you like, builders use, like these concrete bottles that you put the concrete mix that you put in bottles. I thought, I'm like, is ninjas sniffing concrete? What is this? But it's this thing called galaxy gas it's shaped like a concrete mix bottle. So I don't so, but yeah, that thing with the nicotine pouches, what's it? Snus nicotine pouches. Let me look that up. Now that you mentioned it, let me look that up. Let me look that up. By placing a pouch of powdered tobacco leaves or powdered, what is snus used for? Speaking of which, I have a 304 texting me right now. Jesus Christ. Anyways, snus. Snus. Oh man, I wish I could really go fully MGTOW. I wish I could, but my I don't know. It's almost impossible. It's impossible for me to do. Let me see. What is snus used for? Snus got its start in Sweden as a word. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it. I don't know. I don't know what that is, because I don't smoke. I don't do none of that stuff. But that whole galaxy gas thing, that has always been interesting to me. Because the first time I saw that, I was like, what are these ninjas doing? Oh man. Oh, Young Doka says, I'll never forget the summer of 10th grade. A bunch of the hot girls exposed their sexcapades on Snapchat, hooking up with older college guys at the ages of 16 and 17. Crazy stuff. Yeah, that's normal. When I was in college, Oh man, F that. I'll be in bars and I'll be seeing these broads. I'm like, this girl is she's old. She's definitely underage. She definitely using a fake ID. Or because people don't understand, like you have to be 21 in a lot of these spots. And I'll be seeing these broads. You like a lot of these spots, 18 is not enough. You got to be older than 18. I'll be seeing these people all the time. Truth Hunter said we should nickname Gucci the HSV diddler. Oh yeah, you should see my descript in the description box. I was like Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Yep, that's literally how she conducts business, South Holland. That's what that came out of her own mouth. She said she saw the sore, kept doing the business, and then afterwards say, "Send me your STD results afterwards." What? That's bruh. Sores from shaving is like when a girl says she has cold sores on her lips, but it just looks like herpes. Because let's keep it a buck. I saw another comment, and it was just like, and it was a woman. She said, "Let's keep it a buck. You liked him. You wanted to collaborate with him at all costs." And when you saw the sore, you just hoped you were just hoping and praying it wasn't what you thought it was. And that's exactly what that situation was. That's exactly what it was. So shout out to that sister that said that. Let me see. JTH Printed Designs says when people say men provide protection for women, it's not primarily about physical protection. It's about protecting them from themselves by stopping them from foolishness. Facts. Facts. It's not necessarily not necessarily just the physical threats, but just them doing stupid and dastardly decisions. This is why a lot of women, I believe, they need pimps. I'm sorry, they need pimps. And there's a lot of things that women will put them. They'll you're trying, like as a man, you're trying to do prevention, but like women, they don't even believe in that. If you talk about prevention, they think you're victim blaming, right? But that used to be men's job. So they'll tell them women, yo, you can't go out here. You can't do this. You can't go out. So they can avoid certain stuff because now everything is so complicated now. Because now you'll have these hypothetical questions that your own girl will throw at you, or somebody will try to, one of her demonic girlfriends will throw a hypothetical at her. Oh, what if you can't protect her if 3 dudes come out of nowhere and try to rob? And you'd be like, what are you that's not a normal situation. When you're in like normal society. Maybe in the ghetto slums of where you're from, maybe, but that's not like normal. That doesn't happen. So especially when these quote unquote hypotheticals get brought up, it makes me start thinking. I'm like, you see, this is why they just back in the day, they're just like, women, you can't leave the house. You can't leave the house. You can't leave the house because now everything is now. Oh, what are you gonna do if this happens to your girl? She goes to the gas station here on 3 a.m. What? First of all, what is she doing at a 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. in the morning by herself, knowing the ninjas that be over there? What? No. So this is the complications of well, you can't keep a 304 in that. Well, you can't keep your woman in the house no more. Now this is when things start getting complicated. That used to be men's job to be like, nah, you can't go here. Truth Hunter says, when women say they don't need men, tell them if these women had male managers, they would not have HSV. Facts. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that as well. Truth Hunter, you're right. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use Danae Davis. Because speaking of which, look at that comment again. JTH Printing Designs. He says, when people say men provide protection for women, it's not primarily about physical protection. It's about protecting them from themselves by stopping them from foolishness. this girl, as foolish as she is, the heights that she has made, the celebrity, the stream, the famous streamers that she's collaborated with on camera with Deshae Frost, Aiden Ross, I think she did a collaboration with Kai Cenat, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but all these leaps and bounds she did. But the problem is when women, especially if you're a young woman like that, you think the world is yours. You like imagine if you're, because we already know women like attention is a drug for them. So now she's getting all this attention. She's making more money than a lot of ninjas she knows, right? So in her mind, she's she she thinks she can't be touched. So of course she would overlook. You'd be like, how can a woman overlook a open cold sore on a shaft and then tell the dude to take the STD test afterward? What? But like I said, when you are a young dumb 304, but are still being able to be super uberly successful monetarily wise, and still being able to travel basically where you want because Ninjas is going to pay for your flights and all this stuff. And then then when you see the situations that broads will get themselves in, like a woman like a Danae Davis, like she definitely needs a male manager, because if with that one, she just thinks all of that could have been that outbreak, whatever. Now you have all these OnlyFans broads panicking, the celebrities that slept with these OnlyFans broads panicking. That could have been all stopped if they had a male manager. All of that could have been stopped. Truth Hunter says when women say they don't need men, tell them. Oh yeah, that's I just read that comment. My bad. That's awkward. So Rocky said snus is smokeless, vaporless nicotine, like dip but minus the tobacco. there, but I bet you, but Rocky, I bet you it's not a safe. They like to say that vaping and these things are safe alternatives. I never bought into that for one bit. Rocky said the hypothetical situations they cook up are situations they want to be in. Facts. Facts. Because I'd be like, what kind of they be, because they'll come up with all these different like weirdos in there, and I'm just like, because it just makes me think. I'm like, man, this is why all these hoes had to be in the house back in the day, because it just makes things complicated. Because what are you supposed to do if you with your girl at certain spots, especially if she forced you to go to a certain spot, and then these ninjas pull up on you? What are you supposed to do? Oh. This woman says, my gay friend had this realization about straight men the other day too. And this, I'll say, this is the problem also as well. Because let's bring it back to women like Danae Davis, right? All these broads, they think, because they a lot of the times, a lot of these broads, they mirror or repeat a lot of the stuff their gay friends will say, their male gay friends will say, because a lot of them are friends with these fruit cups. And if people don't, one thing about that community, they're not really, they don't, they're reckless, meaning even them having HIV doesn't stop them from having the debauchery and the sex that they want. That doesn't stop anything for them. So they'll even say crazy stuff like, "Oh, but if I take this medicine and if I'm undetected, I can't pass it." Yes, you can, because I've been hearing, because there's like an extended video of Danae Davis and her talking on Twitter, like on her Twitter page, where she's saying, "Oh no, I didn't. There's no possibility that I spread it because I had a low viral load and I didn't have no like she said on one of her posts, she said because I didn't have an outbreak. That doesn't if I haven't if I'm not if I don't have an outbreak, I'm not spreading it." And I'm like, what are you talking? But that's the stuff you hear from them fruitcakes. Those fruitcakes, them gay those butt pirates, they say stuff like that. And the problem is women, a lot of these women that be their friends and they be partying together, texting, they be letting them do their hair. And they be repeating a lot of the stuff that they be saying. And they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. If you have you ever seen like these gay dudes and those girls, they be partying together, you think they're siblings the way they're partying together. They're so close. You think you think they're BFFs, like real life BFFs. So they really they're like because so I will tell women that are friends with these alphabet people, don't really they need to you need to take your sexual health seriously because they don't. Because diseases that doesn't stop them. That does not stop, particularly when you're talking about gay males. That doesn't stop them. Disease that they don't even care. They don't care about disease. But that attitude of, oh, my gay friend told me this, he's told me that about these dudes, bruh, stop. Man. These motherfuckers don't care about their sexual health, man. They taking advice from a gay dude. Them dudes is wild. Pyro said, of course, a male manager is needed because these 304s be doing the dumbest stuff ever. But yeah, she like Danae, she was on her post talking about I didn't have an outbreak. And while during my why I didn't have an outbreak, that there's no way I could have I wasn't spreading it. I'm like, bruh, I don't care if you're on medicine and you don't have an outbreak. You can if if somebody sleeps with you, they can get it. Bruh. Oh my goodness, man. Oh man. Let me see. Should I let me bring her up. Let me see if I can at least find one of them. But yo, Deshae, oh, let me bring up Deshae Frost. Deshae Frost, whatever that streamer's name. I think is that his name? Is that his name? Yeah, this is Oh man, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. But also let that be another lesson to a lot of these males, these Twitch streamers. They think they're untouchable because of the money they're making. So they be bringing these OnlyFans models broads on their Twitch streams and all this stuff. And they think, okay, let me pay her. I'm gonna sleep with her, and then we gonna go about her. Man, yeah. Man, can I bring this up full screen? I can't bring a full screen at this because oh shoot. Deshae Frost, come on. I need a full screen video. Oh, thank God I'm not sharing the screen because see, man, that's the problem with Twitter. Thank God I'm not sharing the screen right now. Okay. This is the best that I can do. This is the best. I'm not gonna show because the top there's a picture of there's a picture of Danae Davis where my channel is gonna be flagged. Oh, right here. Oh, I found the full screen. Never mind. Here we go. Because he slept with Danae Davis during this time.
I do not have herpes. Okay, I do not have that. I do not have herpes. I actually talked to Danae when she came on my stream in June. Right, we talked at the stream, and that's when I knew. I knew before the whole world knew. In June, after the stream, when the time I personally, not to put people's business out, but the time I had sex with her was in December when I shot my season 3. My season 3. When she came on stream, we talked, and she pulled me to the side, and she was like, "Yo, I have, you know what I'm saying? So and so gave me this, and I just want to let you know before, you know what I'm saying, like anything further, because I know we had, back then." So I was like, for sure, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why people speaking on my name. First of all, bro, like, I just feel like I don't even talk about people, bro, real shit, and just for niggas just to keep bringing my name up just to get clipped. Because I ain't never seen nobody anything until, like, niggas start talking about me, bro. I don't get that shit. Whatever, like, people, like, saying things, like, bringing me into, like, anything, bro. When was the last time, we had sexual relations?
We had sex. The only time we really had sex was whenever I was on your show.
In December.
We were filming the show.
In December, right?
I think that was November, actually.
November, yeah. We shot the end of November and we posted it in December.
Yeah.
When did you like contract? You know what I'm saying, like.
I contracted herpes February 10th or the 13th, one of those 2 days, and I didn't find out that I had herpes until March.
February. Okay.
March 30th.
Okay, bet.
Did you get tested? Did you get tested, brother? You need what he should have done. Be like, look, as soon as I heard that, I got tested. That's not what I didn't. That's not what I didn't hear that. I didn't hear. Look, I got tested. I didn't hear that. So he's probably in denial. But that's a whole other story. That's a whole other story. Because I didn't hear I didn't hear, look, I got tested. I didn't hear that. South Holland says, for example, my wife and I will go to the store and she will want everything in the store. Then after we've left and I said no 20 times, she's like, you're right. We didn't need it. They need guidance. Yeah. And mind you, it doesn't because that stuff doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. This is what they need. They need a specifically really a male chaperone. You know what I mean? But they need that guidance. Yes, they need that. They need that guidance. Trust me, guys. And it's not necessarily that they don't really grow out of that. They don't really. They don't grow out of it. It's either somebody already told them not to do that, and then they act accordingly, or they just, Lorette Hamilton says, ladies don't know your gay friend is vying to prove he's the better version of a woman. The competition while smiling in her face is the bottom line. Speaking of which, Lorette, I'm going to show that video that you sent me. I do have to show that video that you sent me because that was a very interesting video. Dude said season 3 of Prawn. These people. Yeah, Deshae Frost, because he's a streamer, but the problem with these streamers, they think they're cool by like bringing these OnlyFans chicks on and introducing them to their audience. Oh man, they think they're so cool until it shits the fan. South Holland also says, bro has a whole lot of what had happened was, and yeah, what had happened was. because with people, a lot of people, they be in denial when that stuff happens. Like me, I'll say like me personally, I get tested every like 3 to 4 months. I get tested I'll be like full panel. I'm like, I don't even care. I'll be like full panel. Like I remember recent. Oh yeah, I remember in 2020, I thought I had caught something, but then it turned out it was a kidney problem that I had. So that stuff. But every time I always go in full panel, full panel, full panel every single time, because I'm still paranoid. I'll be like, nah, let me get a full panel. Let me get a full panel. Pyro says, man, they must have a stacked disease, a stacked thesis. Not sure what that says. But anyways, let me show you that video that Lorette sent me. It says Lorette had an interesting comment. Because you know what, Lorette Hamilton, you know what's crazy? I remember Dr. Umar Johnson saying something crazy like that in like 2014. He was talking about like how these gay dudes is stealing these girls' dudes while they're talking crazy about these dudes to these straight girls, and then behind their back stealing their man. I remember Dr. Umar said like in like 2014, 2013. Well, I heard him say it in 2014. That's what I meant to say. He probably said it earlier than that. But I remember him saying that. I was like, what? That sounded so bizarre to me until I just saw the video that Lorette said. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. Because I would have sworn I saved it, but I guess not. I guess I didn't save it. But it should be under your messages. Let me see. There we go. Here we go. So right here, Adam Sauce had a thing where on the Adam Sauce Cast show, he had a ting, right? Where he had these three broads. He had three broads and a man wearing a wig on the thing. We call them Transformers on our channel, but that's still a nigga. I don't give hey yo, man, that's still a man. But we'll say it like this: I think it was three women on the couch and then one Transformer. So it started off them talking about, should Transformers be in the ladies' room? So right here this is the Transformer, and you can tell it's a Transformer. Once he turns his face, you can tell. You'll be able to see that's a Transformer. Hold on for a sec. Here we go. Fair use. And this is a non-lib take. I guess she's one of those trad con girls, but whatever. Anyways, let's hit it.
Are on the same page. If you don't look like a girl, get the out of the girl's bathroom.
I don't think you belong in the girls' bathroom.
But you wouldn't, my love, you wouldn't know.
Hold on,
like,
but
4 years in,
fair.
a lot of the issues that we're having is the divide where it's competition, my love. We're dating the same men.
We're
rather
definitely
we want to
not dating the same men.
we are, baby. Trust me.
No, we are not.
We are.
I don't know about dating.
Yes,
the same
we are.
men.
We're dating the same
Can't
dudes.
say that.
I think that there's a competitive aspect to where like
Carolina,
you
this
would
is
not
where I just
know.
full on cut you off.
We are on the same page. If you don't look like a girl.
So that was interesting. So the Transformer makes a bold claim that we're dating the same, that the Transformers and the ladies alike are dating the same men. Now, there might be some truth to what this man is saying here. there might be some truth to what he's saying here, right? Maybe not necessarily dating the quote unquote same man, but he's definitely selling himself. He's definitely selling his services to the same quote unquote high value men, right? So that might be where the confusion is to the normies. So whoever this transformer is, he's definitely selling himself to the same rich men that the women are trying to date or get money out of, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was a very interesting and bold take. Fair use. I'm going to replay the video.
Girl, get the out of the girls' bathroom.
I don't think you belong in the girls' bathroom.
But you wouldn't, my love, you wouldn't know.
Hold on,
Like,
but
4 years in.
She goes, I don't think you belong there. Well, it's too late to say that stuff now, because I remember saying that stuff in like 2015 and people thought I was a bigot and intolerant and blah, blah, blah. People were shocked I said that out loud in front of people, and it was a whole thing, right? But it's too late to be debating that now. Now the Transformers, they're there now. Can't do nothing about it. And the only now the reason why now the TradCon girls and women alike are sounding the alarm bells is because now now men are quote unquote interfering on what they're trying to do. So when we talk about women's sports, quote unquote, being invaded, quote unquote, right? Now they care about Transformers and men taking over and blah, blah, blah. But they didn't care when those Transformers were out there tricking men into sleeping with them, right? Post-op. When these post-op Transformers are tricking men into sleeping with them. They don't care. They didn't care then, but now they care. Now they care. Now they're calling them out for using the woman's bathroom when they're when they're not supposed to be. Now they're brave enough to say that. It's too late. It's too late.
A lot of the issues that we're having is the divide where it's competition, my love. We're dating the same men.
We're definitely not dating the same men.
We are, baby. Trust me.
No, we are not.
We are.
I don't know about dating.
Yes, we are. We're dating the same dudes.
Say that.
I think that there's a competitive aspect to where
So like I said, this is not men's fault. This is women's fault. You behave because women because believe it or not, I don't know who this TradCon girl is. I don't know how old she is. Let me search up her age. Her name is Non-Lib Take. Oh, this is a grifter. This is a grifter. This is a grifter extraordinaire. This is a grifter extraordinaire. She's I don't know how old she is, but I can tell she's probably getting to that point that she's getting to that 27, 28, she looks like she's like 29, 28. She's getting to that stage where now she needs a conservative male simp to save her from her decisions. You know, girls like that on Twitter now, they be now I'm talking about like women like that now. They'll like make posts. They'll be saying the F word on Twitter. They be talking about how black people have like low IQ and black men are this. And I'm like, whoa. You wasn't saying that 5 years ago. Why are you saying this stuff now? You should see a lot. I'm like, what? Talking about how, black dudes is going to leave you as a single mom. I'm like, why are you saying this at 32? Were you saying this at 22? Were you saying this at 19? No. You was out here getting a train ran on you by those same ninjas in college. And now all of a sudden when you need a simp, you're trying to how do I say you're trying to play to the male conservatives so you can get followers and money. Non-Lib Take. That's her name. Non-Lib Take. This is a grifter. You think this is really a TradCon type girl? You really think this girl is a non-liberal? Man, stop it. Stop it. I'm pretty sure she's gonna come up again. She's gonna come up again. She's trying to catch a male conservative simp. But yeah. But what people don't understand, like when it comes to those transformers, the transformers, they be making, well, let me just leave that alone. But that, I did find it interesting when he said, "Yo, we're dating the same men." And I messaged Lorette. I was like, "Wow, even the Transformers are hypergamous." I said, even the Transformers are got even the Transformers are like, I can only do 6 feet tall dudes. That's it. That's crazy. Lorette Hamilton says, gay dude's cover is "I'm your bestie, I got your back." South Holland says, I get my blood work and EKGs done every 6 months. You never know what they can catch, what you can catch and prevent. Pyro says, I know rainbow ninjas be smashing their girlfriend and the boyfriend, each sold separately. Hey, and speaking of which, the Gucci, the third leg dude, people don't understand, like when it comes to male adult film stars, it's a possibility out of that 3,000 body count, there's probably a couple men sprinkled in that body count. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like male adult film stars, it's a good possibility there's some men sprinkled into that body count. Lorette says, and the Transformers get women to advocate things like access to women's bathroom. Ask Kamala. Facts. Because women could have been prevented that, but a lot of this stuff that they're complaining about, they voted for it. JTH Printed Design says these Transformers need to be careful. If they're not telling these guys that they're a T person, they're going to get ended at some point. I've said the same thing, but they don't want to listen, because what people don't understand is it is not just with the Transformers. Really, gay dudes, gay women, they're not looking for, like, for example, gay dudes are not necessarily, they're not really looking for another man that actually likes men. They are looking for their ideal. What they want really is to turn out a straight person. That's their goal. That's their objective. That's their dream scenario, is if they can turn out their straight friend. So if a gay dude has a straight male friend that he likes, that person will go on Reddit and talk about, oh man, I'm in love with my straight male friend. I remember one dude, this is during the time, this is how naive I was about this stuff. I was, I think, oh yeah, I was a lot older. I was I was 21. This was 2019. I was 21 years old, right? This dude had a story on his Reddit, and he said, yo, I met this dude on but oh yeah, he said, no, this will happen. So the person wrote, I met this dude via Grindr, but I didn't know who the gender of the person that wrote the post. So I just assumed it was a girl talking about I messed with this dude on Grindr because I didn't know what Grindr was. So it was via that post that I found out, because I was like, why are you trying to make yourself look like the victim and blah, 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 blah? Because I thought I was talking to a girl. He was like, well, I'm on prep. And I was, wait, then I looked at you. Oh, this is a guy. What are you talking about? And then I remember seeing another post like that where it was like a guy talking about, I'm in love with this dude, whatever. He's my male friend, but I can't stop this and blah, blah, blah. And then now let's take it a step further. When we talk about lesbians, right? Fuck it. Ask any lesbian you know when you talk about that turnout culture. Lesbians, they don't go after other lesbians. They go after straight girls and try to turn them out. That's they literally go directly for that. They don't even hide it. Like the lesbians, you already know what they're trying. They're trying to be on the basketball team, and they're trying to turn out their straight female counterparts. That's what they're trying to do. And for the Transformers, what they do is they don't tell the straight dudes that they are who they are. And what they like to do is they be like, oh, they know. No, they don't. Especially with these surgeries nowadays. And then especially you sprinkle in the club scene where people be drunk. They don't even really know what they're dealing with. So what the Transformers do is they just won't tell the dude who they are. Now, I always say this, as if you're a Transformer and you're playing that game, whatever happens to you afterwards if they find out. You can't be playing with men like that. But they're not trying to hear it. They're not trying to hear it. So like I said, there was this one dude on Twitter, 29. This one, Corey Holcomb had his Twitter. This was in 2019. This one dude, he kind of went viral because he got beat up on a club dance floor by this dude because this guy didn't tell him that he was a Transformer because the lights were kind of a certain way in the club. He couldn't tell what he was dealing with. And I guess when the lights came on, he found out that was a dude. That dude, not only did he get beat up, he got cut so bad that he had to go to the ER. And the guy was trying to act like a victim, like, yeah, but I didn't tell him, but he shouldn't have acted this way. And Corey Holcomb was like, yo, stop playing with the streets. Everybody had like all these sympathy comments for him, and Corey Holcomb was like, homie, stop. He told a dude, he'd even call him a girl. He was like, homie, stop playing with the streets. Stop. But like I said, it's the goal of that community is to turn out straight people or trick the straight people into being with them. That's their goal. They're not looking for like-minded. The gay guys are not looking for another dude that likes men. They're looking for straight. They're looking to turn out straight dudes, or their dream scenario is if they find some guy on the football team that's in the closet. That's their dream scenario. Like if you see like a dude with a dude, like, and they're like together and they're like married and stuff, that's what they both settled for. Both of those guys would rather be with a dude that's straight, but they turned him out. Unfortunately, that's how that culture is. Same thing, like, you know how like in prison people say like you're better off already being gay going into prison because the guys that are the people that are doing the assault, the SAs in prison, they're not going to target a already gay person. They're going to target a dude that's new and that hasn't a straight dude that's new and a dude that can't find his way out. That's the guys that they target. They're not going to target an already gay dude. He said, so now they want to call out the Transformers. Yeah, but you should see them, Garrett. They be on Twitter calling them the F word and all. I'm like, whoa. Where is the? I'm like, I'm sitting there like, where was this 10 years ago? Because I'm like, it's too little, too late now. They've already taken over. Those people they're already taken over. I don't like. It's too late for that now. Non-lib take. Yeah, that's her name. Non-lib take. I'm like, please. I just realized that was her name. Please. Stop it. Man, she don't stop it. It's such a pander. That is a we might have to call that's a you know what? I don't know if panda bears making a unique animal sound, but we gotta have like a picture of a panda bear when we see one of those pandering, trad con women trying to say all these conservative talking points now because they're afraid of the takeover Transformers. We need to stop it. It's like it's already too late. He said, yeah, that's why those Thai trans call them lady boys. Yep. I'm like, no, those are dudes. Oh, man. He said they're straightforward because they don't want to be ended. And I think there's a law that they have to say they're Transformer. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Lorette for sending me that video because I remember I had saved it somewhere, but I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, man, I guess I can't do a video on that no more. But, that's what it is. That's what it is. Ooh, golly. But yeah. The lib. What's her name? Because now you have women talking about, oh yeah, women shouldn't be voting and all this stuff. I'm like, so now you're saying this? Why are they saying this now? Why are they repeating these talking points now? What is it about now that now all of a sudden they're traditional? Nah, man, nah. I'm not. You're not. Nah. But you should see those track hard women on Twitter. I'm talking about they be using the F word and all this stuff. I'm like, whoa, wow. Oh man, it's 5:53. Oh, perfect. Because I did want it. I did. You know what's crazy? I was aiming for 6:00, and I was like, how am I gonna do that? Man, perfect, man. Wow. One of the rare times I'm about to end on time. That's beautiful. Let's see if there's another quick video I can show you guys in the meantime. But yeah, so by the way, when it comes to male friends and male besties, that story I told you about how girls didn't want to really be my friend anymore after I didn't allow them to trauma dump on me about their sexual escapades with their men. That's part of the main reasons why, like, I don't believe men and women can be friends. Because I used to be like, can we talk about something else? And they don't have nothing else to talk about. What they want you to do is, excuse me, tell them how good they are. So tell him, oh, he's a jerk and he's this and he's that and blah, blah, blah. So she can come back to her situationship with all this newfound confidence because she believes that if I come back with this newfound confidence, then the Chad is going to respect me. But all she just wants to find another excuse to get railed by him again. And then she'll be back in the same position the next week. Right. And then I believe this also, men have given women way too much game in this instance. Right. Because women now, they figured out the hack when it comes to men. Most women understand now because men have given women way too much game and men have thrown way too many men under the bus just to overcompensate. Women understand now that they don't really have to act a certain way to get male attention, so they don't value it. So they know they can act any type of certain way and still be around the guys that they want to be around, because most men, if given the opportunity, want to sleep with them. So most men will just let her get away with her nonsense because most men are scared, or most men are just not going to call her out for being an idiot or being rude or being a dickhead, because even if they just want to pump and dump her, in her mind, that's the attention that I want. That's all the attention that I need anyway. So in her mind, it don't matter if they just want to pump and dump me. I'm gonna just use that guy for the attention, and I can do and act any way I want to. There's no incentive for me as a woman to act like a good person, because men are gonna want to be around me anyways. That's the mindset of the average broad, because men have given women way too much game. Let me see what we got here. Probably show one more. See if we have anything interesting. Something quick. Oh, right. Well, let me save that. I might have to save that. I might have to save that. Oh man. Let's see here. I don't have a whole lot. I was just looking through my tweeter. I don't have a whole bunch, to be quite honest with you. I don't have a whole bunch. Shoot, should I show you? Okay, I'll show you the Kayla Nicole. I'll show you her. I'll show you Kayla Nicole. But this is a different clip. Kayla Nicole is going to reveal the pettiest thing she's ever done in a relationship, right? Or a quote unquote situationship. Fair use. Fair use. So I'll probably might do a video on this later on in life. But I'll show you the video now.
Craziest thing you've done in a relationship? This is one of we weren't in the relationship, but this is probably one of my favorite crazy Kayla stories, because I don't have that many. But I'm a Scorpio and I have that crazy in me though. You know what I mean? Like, it's back there. So I was dating a guy. Okay. I was dating a guy and he dumped me through a text message. And he dumped me for this singer/actress who was famous at the time. Dumped me for her. Lied about it for months, then popped out with her. And it became like this public thing. And it was like, oh my God, we love them. Another like celebrity iconic.
Fair use, by the way. And this celebrity that she's talking about right now is Iman Shumpert. And what's that girl's name? I'm blanking on the woman that he was with. He was the one that he just got divorced to right now, but I'm blanking on her name.
Relationship. And of course, little old me, I'm devastated. I'm heartbroken. I just moved to New York to like be with this person and move in with them. It was a whole thing. It's not who y'all think. Yes, you guys will not be able to figure this out. Or maybe they will. Who cares? It doesn't matter. So he breaks up with me, dumps me, moves on. And for Halloween that year, I dressed up as her. I dressed up as that lady for Halloween.
So that's how we were able to figure out it was Iman Shumpert, because she dressed up as, I think her name is Taylor something. I forgot what her name is, but yeah, Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, that's her name. I don't know why I was blanking on her name. Tiana Taylor. So she dressed up as Tiana Taylor that year for Halloween. But that's just the insight of Kayla Nicole. Like that, like what people don't understand, like why did Travis Kelce break up with her for Taylor? He doesn't want her. I'm like, well, Kayla Nicole all she needs to be is silent and she'd be all right. But girls like that, they always think they need to say. Like Kayla Nicole is the best example of, be seen, not heard, But I'll do a video on that very, very soon. Yeah. So it was funny how she's like, oh, they're not going to be able to figure this out. And people just looked at her Halloween costumes from the past, and she only dressed up as one female celebrity, which was Tiana Taylor. Then people were like, wait a minute. So did Kayla Nicole and Iman Shumpert, were they dating or no? That was she was a side chick. He was a thing. She was just a thing. He was a toy he was playing with. But she thought she was in there because she just thought she was that good. But anyway, we'll resume that. We'll resume that video on another time. Let me look at some of these comments that I'm missing. Yeah, the TradCon panda bears. We're gonna have like an actual like picture of a panda or something when one of these, particularly these TradCon girls, like the TradCon dudes. I try to give them a little bit more credit because they've been, some of them have been decent. Some of them have been consistent in their views, so I don't go too hard. But like the TradCon girls, these new TradCon girls, they be having me laugh. There always is never, because at least with Brett Cooper, even though she's a panda bear as well, but at least she didn't wait until she was like 28. She was like, okay, I'm 20. Well, how old Brett Cooper? Ain't she like 22, 23? So she was like, you know what? I'm 22, 23. Let me cash in right now. So I'll give her credit for that. And she was able to cash in. Let me see. Brett Cooper. What's her age? How old is she? Yeah, 23 years old. So, and she was and she's been an actress for a while, and she started on that stuff, the conservative stuff at a younger age. So she was just so she was like, you know what? Let me just cash in. So she grifted perfectly. Brett Cooper performed the perfect grift, right? But some of these other grifts are just like, they're just atrocious. They're just like they're atrocious. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I saw something crazy, but anyways. And how old is this other chick? What's the light skinned chick, but she has like a Nigerian last name? I did a show about her one time. I forgot her name. She's a mix. She's mixed, but she got like a Nigerian last name. But she also runs a conservative like YouTube channel. She got 1 million subscribers. What's her? I'm blanking on her name right now. It's like Amanda something. I forgot her name. How old is she? Because she has a boyfriend, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Amanda conservative YouTube channel. It's like it was like Amanda something. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name. Amala. Yes, that's her name. Thank you, Carlos X. Amala. That was her name. Amala. It's like Amala something. So how old? Let me search up how old she is, man. Amala Ekpunobi, right? I hope I'm saying her name right. Okay, so she's 24 years old, right? She's 20. Yeah, she's 24 years old. So I don't know. I don't know if she's. I don't think she's married. I think she has. I'm pretty sure she has a dude, but I don't think she's married. But yeah, she trying to cash in as well. But yeah, a lot of these they be straight grifting, man. Straight grifting. He said they acting traditional to attract more trad simps. Facts. I did a video on these girls. What's a Turning Point Conservative? What's that video? This company called Turning Point America something. And all these girls coming out and saying, these transformers are taking over women's sports. We need to do something. And Riley Gaines was part of that list. It was like Riley Gaines and some other chicks in there. I saw a half-breed chicken there. Oh, shoot, let me not be disrespectful. I was like, man, I said, hey, nah, it's too late for that. It's too late. I'm talking about it's way too late for that. The trad simp safety net. Facts. While they see a Chad, probably Tyrone on the down low. Dude, Riley Gaines, how much money you want to bet? They're gonna find out that Riley Gaines was messing with ninjas while she was at University of Kentucky. How much you want to bet? They're gonna find out. They're gonna find out. It's gonna be a or if she just decides to date like a black dude now. I'm pretty sure like her representatives or her male representatives, they're making sure they're hiding that stuff. Because she's gonna lose her whole base. Let me see. Young Doka says crazy. She started by blaming it on her horoscope sign. Yeah. The video that I'm gonna show you later. I'm gonna do a video on that later on. Not today, obviously, but with this video, she ended up she blamed it on her horoscope.
Craziest thing you've done in a relationship?
Let me see.
This is out. They're there somewhere. They're on the internet. Me that year, I dressed up as her. I dressed up as that lady for Halloween, and not only
the pictures out.
They're there somewhere. They're on the internet, and it went viral.
Clock that.
It went viral. It was everywhere.
Really?
And that was before like I was even anything on Instagram, which is why it was even funnier because everybody's like, "Oh my god, you look so good."
Did he say something?
Yeah, you call me crazy. Like you're nuts. You're a crazy person.
Because you are nuts. You are crazy. That's why you didn't get chose.
Craziest thing you've done in a relationship?
This is one of my. We weren't in the relationship, but this is probably one of my favorite. Scorpio, and I have that.
Oh yeah, that's what she said. She said, because I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. I should like just caption that with the meme. I'm a Scorpio with the I'm a Scorpio caption. Oh my god. Like Kayla Nicole, she's pretty enough to get chose even by one of these NFL athletes, but she's her mouth, dog. It's her mouth. But nobody's gonna tell her it's her mouth. Travis would have chose her, but he chose Taylor Swift. He chose the money over because all she had to do was be cooperative and pitch in from time to time. You know? Like, but she could have been chose, but you know. Yeah, Amala Ekunobi, you know. Let me not diss. Candace Owens is a grifter to an extent, but she seems to be the only conservative with the balls to call out the hold on for a second. Like Candace Owens is the only person with the balls, you know, to call out, you know, these people. Like she's the only person to call out like and be committed to it. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of elevate Candace Owens almost a little bit more than the other grifters because at least she's willing to go after the people that matter. With this whole small hat situation unveiling itself, it basically exposed this whole conservative, you know, the PragerU, the Daily Wire, all these people, Jordan Peterson, all these people. Who said, have you done a vid about Billy Ray Brandt? Sounds familiar. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on for a sec. Billy. Okay. Oh, isn't that the girl that she got in trouble for? Like, she was talking about, I don't understand why short dudes get a bad rap, and then they found out like her boyfriend was like 6'3" or her husband was like 6'3" or 6'4". Is that the same woman, or that might be somebody else? I don't think she's worth like. I'd have to wait till she does something that's worth my time. Yeah, Turning Point USA. That's what that thing's called. Turning Point USA. Turning Point Action. Yeah. Truth Hunter says she's definitely been blacked. Well, I'll just say this: if she's an athlete, she's at the University of Kentucky. They find out she's had a black boyfriend at any point of her time. All those conservative male simp enforcers that she had, they're gonna disappear. I'm talking about disappear, dude. I'm talking about those those male conservatives. They're the new hoteps. They're the white version of the pro blacks. They're gonna be they're basically the new pro blacks. they're gonna be so hurt. They're gonna be like, how could you? Like, because I remember I forgot which female TragCon girl. She took a picture with this gay black dude that's also a conservative. But I'm talking about, it was all the comments. I'm talking about vitriolic comments. Vitriol. Like those comments were crazy. I was like, that guy's gay, right? They're just taking a picture together. But that's how sensitive there are about that stuff. So I'm like, they find out Riley, if they find out the truth about Riley Gaines, they're gonna stop. They're just gonna stop supporting her. That's why it's better if it works where it's like a Candace Owens or a Amala, because I don't know what kind of boyfriend Amala has, but Candace Owens has a Caucasian husband, so they won't just completely dismiss her. Or like, say if you're already black male conservative, they'll listen to what you have to say off rip. You know what I mean? But if you're like a female, a quote unquote female conservative, and they find out you've been mud sharking, you're gonna lose your support. It said Riley Gaines did many private swimming classes. Truth Hunter said, remember one video when Riley was walking odd and thought she was getting that BBC? What? But I'm pretty sure it's happened, but it's just like, that's what happens when you're on university. Rocky said Riley does have the look of a black participant. Oh, Lorette says Riley is married. That don't matter. If they find out what she was doing in college, like when did she get married? That's the thing. Let's find out when she get married. Riley Gaines married. Oh, you know what? That's crazy. I didn't even know. So, I could be wrong. I think I might be wrong. Let me see. She said she started dating British swimmer Lewis Barker after meeting at the University of Kentucky in 2019, and they married in 2022. Wait, in 2022. Wait a minute. So what year did she meet him? Like freshman or sophomore year? That's very important. That is very important. Riley Gaines age. So 24. Oh, that's a smart girl. She's a smart girl, bro. She's a smart girl. I take that back. She's a smart girl. She made sure her past was clean. Any dirt that she did, it couldn't have been at Kentucky. It had to be at high school. So I had no idea Riley Gaines is married. So in 2022, so that's definitely going to help her. That is going to help. That is going to help a lot. But hopefully nothing, hopefully nothing happened with her with like freshman year, because like that happens a lot. It'll be like they'll find their Brad freshman or sophomore year, or they'll find somebody potentially that they will marry in the future, but they'll still do the dirt in like in between once they met and then they get married. Let me see. He said they started dating in 2019 and then got married in 2022. Okay. So yeah, she made okay, so that means she was on her P's and Q's. She was on her P's and Q's. Ooh. She made sure she made sure she was like LeBron, because you see how like with LeBron you can't even find out which girls he was with in the past. So she made sure her past is spotless. But wait, that is, you know what? That is, I didn't even think of. I looked past that. That is true. I didn't. Hold on. Watch this. Young Doka said the one thing white girls love more than black college athlete is a British college. Well, since they're both swimmers, though, they're both swimmers. Since they're both swimmers, but that is interesting. She didn't pick an American. She didn't pick an American. She picked a British dude. Oh wow! I was about to let her off the hook too, Young Doka. I was about to let her off the hook, off GP, but she picked a British dude. I overlooked that. Because I follow a lot of British news in general. So I just looked past that. Yeah, he's a British swimmer. So okay, so I'm trying to look at the thing. Yo, this is hilarious now. So they met at University of Kentucky. Riley Gaines, who advocates for the safety of women's sports and the exclusion of transformer athletes from women's sports, married her best friend, Lewis Barker, on May 29th, 2022. I'm reading her bio right now. Let me see. While Gaines was pursuing health sciences at the University of Kentucky, Barker was pursuing a degree in business administration. They cherished the time together as friends at the university. The mutual affection gradually turned their friendship into a beautiful relationship. They started dating in 2019 and got married after 3 years in 2022. Barker was born in Crawley, a town in England, and finished high school at Millfield High School, specializing in management coursework. Proprietor of LCB Pools, a business providing pool. He's also an entrepreneur at the Chandler and Son and manages multiple aspects of the business. Born and raised in an English town by his mother, Julie, and father, Aiden has a brother named Marcus. Gaines and Barker can be seen spending quality time. I don't know, but I'll say this. Anything can still happen on campus. So, but I'll say this. She covered her tracks very well. Notice what I said. She covered her tracks very well. I'm not saying she ain't do no dirt. It's the same thing I say about LeBron James. He covers his tracks really well. So she's smart. She's very smart. A lot smarter than I give her credit for. Very, 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 very smart. Remember the that South Park, the Mormon story? Smart. Yo. But anyways, He said she betrayed America. Nah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. Oh man. But anyways, that will be it for today. I think I covered everything. To sum up everything so far, the thing that happened with Gucci, these young female OnlyFans creators or these so-called entrepreneurs, when you think you're above it all, you forget the basics. Trust me, like you cannot forget the basics. You cannot forget the fundamentals. And it's clear, and when you're a bird brain, but you still get validated, your lack of your fundament, and you still are elevated to certain places, your lack of basic understanding and your lack of understanding your fundamentals this is why a predator like a Gucci, the third leg, can target a girl like that. Notice most of the women that I'm pretty sure if we showed a collage of the girls he chose, most of those are black girls. I bet you most of it is black girls and Latinas and a couple of mud sharks here and there. Not pogs, just white girls that are willing to do scenes with black dudes, right? Probably a few of those. A few. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure if you look at that chart, it's gonna be all damn near most of it is gonna be black women, and then second most is gonna be Latina women, and then a couple of white girls here and there. There's a reason why she got targeted. She's a bird brain, and even though she was able to be elevated at these spots, you could tell Gucci ran a program. He was like, okay, let me see if I can get with because people know what my content is. Since I can't be in a former studio, because if I get tested, I'm gonna get tested positive for HSV2, and I'm not gonna be able to perform. So he was like, look, for me to still do what I do, I need to only collaborate with certain OnlyFans models or certain independent creators. Who can I target? So you ladies out here, that's on you. That's on you for not holding him accountable for these test results. Because you mean to tell me all of these women that he's participated with, they didn't press him for them test results? That's a lack of basics. That's a lack of understanding, and not that's just the basics of that of S work, or just filming this kind of stuff. That should already be covered. Because I don't know, people remember when Mr. Marcus, a male adult film star of the 2000s, when he caused that syphilis outbreak. It was like big news because that stuff doesn't even happen in that industry, in the adult film industry, because they're really strict about their testing. So when he got in trouble for that, it was like news. They were like, yo, how did it? There people are like, how did this happen? So that's on the broads. You need to be on top of these guys for those tests, because it was just taking a simple test and he would have been caught. And clearly, I'm pretty sure what he would do is probably establish a friendship with these broads at first, so he could kind of like finagle his way in and to be able to do what he do to do. But and how he can just since he's had it since like 2021, I don't know how he can just go throughout this whole time and none of these models pressed him for those test results. And for her to even say what she said, talking about where she sees the open sore on him, still continues to do what she do, still sucking him off, and then after collaborating with them, you ask him to do the STD test afterwards, and they come back. I mean, bruh, talk about bird brained. Like that's just stupid. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. That's just stupid. And it's not only her that was stupid. It was a whole bunch of broads on that list. Some of them I recognize those names that are actually in the industry. They should know better. But like I said, they liked him. They liked him. So they let him do what he wanted. So that's on them. Now, when it comes to the male besties, I always say this: you need to question every dude that's talking about, oh, I have a friend that's a girl. I mean, you need to ask them. You need to ask those dudes. You need to be like, are you attracted to them? If they offered you to smash, would you say no? If they lie, if they lie and they say no, that man cannot be trusted. But I don't know, a lot of dudes, they be lying. But yeah, that's all I got for today. I still should be having a video drop around 8:00 today. I had this earlier show today. I had some time. Usually I use that time to kind of like record more videos, but I had some time today. So, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of lives lately. I've been taking care of business, been gigging, been losing gigs and gigging at the same time, if that makes sense. So I got some things I need to repair. Like some of my equipment is now, I'm talking about, like, I did one gig in the cold, I think the other week, and my keyboard started malfunctioning on the spot. I had to reset it on the spot. Lost all my patches, lost all my stuff, man. So for basically my next gigs, I couldn't bring my lightweight equipment. I had to bring my home heavyweight equipment to my gigs. And it's very inconvenient. It makes gigging like not fun, but I'm gonna get that fixed. Got some orders on the way. I'll be all right. But anyways, man, thank you guys for participating. Thank you for tuning in. There's a lot of you guys tuning in, man. Like a lot, man. So thank you. So I probably should be low-key, I probably should be doing this around, if I really got to start taking these lives more seriously, meaning maybe I need to start doing it around this time more often. But yeah, I probably should start doing it. It's just usually around that time I'm doing something else. But man, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for helping me out. Everybody that contributed, man, you already know. V, man, see you later, bro. But man, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Young Doka, Rocky, South Holland, Truth Hunter. You already know Rocky, all these guys, Garrett, all the Warband members, Truth Hunter, all Young Doka, Steph. No, sorry, Educated Tyrone, my guy. Thank you. Everybody, man, thank you for coming in. Pause. But yeah, Garrett, yeah, shout out to you, bro. I saw a lot of Warband members in here. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you. For real. Thank you. You know, because I can't. This is the kind of stuff that we need to talk about. We can't talk about this stuff in public, especially now. But man, thank you for tuning in, man, and peace out.